Hello and welcome to Onto the Ball. I'm joined here for a live watch along with Neil, James Riley, Trav and James O.B. O'Brien will probably be along later. We're here to watch Liverpool against Leeds. Neil's only logged on because Liverpool went 1-0 down. By the time he got on, it was one each, so we're just watching it all
Yeah, if that's a
unfold.
good a reason to log on as any when Liverpool are losing. I was trying to get onto the podcast as quick as I can. I couldn't get my devices up and running. Electricity crisis or no electricity crisis.
Quick before it went one each or
Yeah.
2-1
As
Liverpool.
soon as I clocked in, Salah just tucked one in at the back post with some shambolic defending from Leeds. But since then, Leeds have gone forward, are still pressing and have hit the bar. Could have went 2-1 up. It's a bit of a basketball match at the moment. Uh,
Absolute nightmare.
Frantic Liverpool.
We're miles from being back. Every now and then you get a bit excited, a bit giddy, thinking, right, this is it now. And then it's kamikaze defending and Joe Gomez for that goal. Have you seen the replay yet?
Yeah, I've seen the replay. I missed obviously the first 5 minutes. So you'd filled me in, Scott. But if you want to just let the viewers know what happened for the goal, it's another chance for Leeds, half chance from a free kick, 30 yards out on the angle. Yeah, it's a half chance, really. Yeah, do you want to run us through the goal for the viewers that haven't seen it?
The ball broke on the right-hand side of the defence. It went past Trent and Gomez covered it nice and easy, no danger. What he didn't look at was where Alisson was. He just played it blindly towards Alisson into the box, not realising Alisson had made his way to the corner flag. And the Leeds defender pounced on it. Leeds striker pounced on it before any Liverpool defender could even react. 1-0. What was it? 4 minutes. Absolute nightmare. Got some comments coming in. Evan, LFC. How you doing, Evan? You okay? We shouldn't have conceded there. You're telling me, mate. You're telling me. Joe Gomez, he's not doing his England call-up chances good at all. He's going to be struggling for the World Cup because he keeps making at least one mistake a game. Give away the penalty against West Ham. Now he's just had that. Is Kanate on the bench?
Well, he came in that game, looked solid, didn't he? And people were saying, "Oh, well, he could be the option, could get a run of games." But it's almost like the more games he plays, the more he's counting himself out of the World Cup. There's a real problem for Liverpool there, though, at centre defence and right back. There's an issue. They're all over the place. There's not much confidence from Trent. He's come back in today, obviously thinking Leeds are there for the take-ins, easy pickings. But between the two of them, I mean, they're on the same side of each other as well, aren't they? That's the thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, just look, Kanate is on the bench. I mean, what you got to remember is Gomez is fourth choice centre back. You know, however you try to build him up and say, right, he's going to be in the England squad. He's going to make a late shout. Him and Van Dijk won the league together. It's just gassing him up. He's comfortably fourth choice centre back. I don't want to keep kicking him because it's only 27 minutes gone, but Jesus Christ. Just thankful Salah's got us back on level terms.
Yeah, it was shocking defending from Leeds for the Salah goal. He was just allowed to drift. The ball just got played in at the back post, one touch, and it just got lofted back in, and Salah was just there for an easy tap in. As soon as he got the ball out on the right-hand side, you just thought, this looks like it's going to be a goal.
Yeah. True Gunner in the chat. Big up, lads. Thank you, mate. Thanks for the support. Salah loves a goal against Leeds. He absolutely does. Hopefully this is Salah back to his devastating best. I don't know if FPL Matt is going to be tuning in, but I watched his stream on Friday, Fantasy Premier League, and I said, Salah, get him in, get him captain. I don't know if he did or anyone else did, because obviously Haaland was out, but Salah is back in the goals, back in the Prem.
Yeah, he's back in the goals, but he's still not. He's playing in little short bursts. He's not the Salah he was 18 months ago. He's still not convincing, dominating games, but he's still chipping in with goals here and there, which is obviously positive for Liverpool's side. But I don't know what's going on with him. They just don't seem to be getting the ball to him as much. He's not as direct going past players. I mean, for the goal just there, you expected him to take a touch jink inside. He played it almost sort of safe. A goal came from it, but he's still not firing on full cylinders.
Look at this. Trent's back to doing what Trent has always done. He's right wing at the minute.
Yeah.
He was just inside of the midfield.
I mean, that's the thing. If you're playing against a decent side, there's just acres of space down that Gomez side, and we've obviously talked about him for the goal already, which is a bit concerning for Liverpool.
Absolutely.
It's almost like he's just trying to tell Klopp, this is where I'm playing.
Yeah. I think he's got an agreement with Klopp. I don't want to be right back anymore. And he said, all right, I'll let you drift inside as much as you want to the detriment of defending and keeping clean sheets. Evan, LFC, my prediction's 3-1 Liverpool. I hope you're right, mate. I hope you are right. What about today's Premier League, Neil? Chelsea absolutely smashed. Was it 4-1?
Yeah, well, it was a day for Arsenal, really. You know, if we can go and do the business against Forest tomorrow, similar with Liverpool tonight, you can close the gap on that top four after a real indifferent start. If you can pick up the win tonight with, you know, Chelsea dropping points, Spurs looked poor again. I said that in the last chat, that I think that they're struggling and could be the ones to drop out the top four.
They got the win though, didn't they?
Yeah, but they're still not looking great. I think as the season kicks on, obviously they're in Europe still. When the cups come involved, they could be the ones that end up missing out.
Yeah, I think you might be right. They seem to be struggling a bit like Liverpool, but they're higher up in the league, so I can't talk.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, as well, Kane's going to be playing every game for England.
Salah's in. Oh, good defending. A bit early to be punching the fists, mate. Jesus. There's only half an hour gone.
Only 30 in. But the Socrates high fives are all round. Do you remember Socrates?
Yes.
He used to love a tackle and then high five in the tunnel before they came out.
Good link up from Nunez and Salah there.
Yeah, he's not been in the game much so far, Nunez, has he?
No, well.
Little header down there, he just stepped off, but he doesn't look to get involved, does he, so much? He kind of just drifts, trying to find space.
I think that red card has played his head a little bit, as we've kind of mentioned in the stream. Oh, he's in. Over the keeper. Oh, Nunez.
There he is.
There's the Andy Carroll.
There he is. Jurgenio of Liverpool. I mean, it was a lovely ball over the top. He's in. The keeper's in no man's. He's dilly-dally, doesn't he? The keeper's in no man's land. It's a beautiful ball over the top, just a straight ball. He's in behind. The keeper doesn't know whether to come or not, and he almost falls on the ball.
He had to compose himself there.
Just
lift it over the keeper. There you go.
Take it first time or go round him. He had so much time, and that was poor. Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but if I was you, I'd be sitting there thinking that's what separates top strikers.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. He's left-footed as well, and it was on his left.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
To be fair, he looked like the chicken from Chicken Run. Do you remember that? Jesus. That's poor. I don't know what he's tried to do there. A lovely ball, though, wasn't it? Beautiful ball from Trent. 40 yard from right back, straight through the middle.
Great ball. It's a great game, to be honest. End to end.
Basketball stuff at the moment. I don't think Leeds can keep this up, really. They need another goal.
Let's hope so.
Probably just to get something from the game. Like I said, they hit the bar at one each. I mean, I know the ball's come at him fast, but really he should be doing better than that. He hits the target, he scores.
Yeah.
Evan
in the chat. Spurs next in the Prem for Liverpool. Yeah, I seen that today, mate. Away to Spurs next Sunday, I think it is. That'll be a test. And then I think we've got one more game before the World Cup, haven't we? So if we could nick a point at least at Spurs. I can't see it though, to be honest. The way we're playing.
Yeah, but they're not playing great either. It's a real opportunity.
It'll be El Crapico, won't it?
It'll be a real opportunity again to close the gap, though. Obviously, with Chelsea dropping today for you boys, if you manage to beat Spurs as well.
Yeah.
Or just not lose the game.
Thiago's silky, isn't he? What a footballer. I know they slag Liverpool fans off because every time he drops the shoulders, we're like, whoa.
He loves a flip flap on the halfway line and not do anything.
Evan, Nunes definitely should have scored. You're right there, mate. You are right there. As we were just saying, just lift it over the keeper. Cheers,
Starting
easy.
to play with a bit of confidence last 5, though, aren't you? Knocking the ball about a bit more now, moving the ball a bit quicker. It's almost like that missed chance has just kicked you into gear a little bit.
Yeah.
Fans aren't really up for it tonight, are they? It's not too loud in there.
Oh no, they sound quite loud to me. Go on, Robbo.
Obviously, you're not used to the Emirates roar this season. You know what I mean? It's got that timid time.
The Highbury Library.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for this corner to be taken from an outsider, a neutral, what do you think this means for Henderson? He's not first choice for Liverpool anymore.
No, I don't think so. I mean, the thing is, you never know with Gareth Southgate, but the question is, if he's not playing for Liverpool, what's he going to do in the World Cup with England? Southgate's got some decisions to make, I think, with players who he's backed.
How could you leave
Maguire being another one?
Yeah, how could you leave someone like James Maddison at home and take Henderson?
Yeah.
Maddison's tearing it up at the minute.
But I just think, when Southgate first, he's gone the way of most managers. When he first came in, it was I'm picking people on form. People respected him for it, and he's gone back to type. Now the results are dried up a bit. He's going to his go-to guys: Henderson, Maguire, Shaw. I can't see him going either. Or shouldn't be going.
Who else would be going? Chilwell. Who's on the left?
Yeah. I think Ben White's got to be in with a big shout to go.
Yeah, he's playing well, isn't he? And he can play centre-back or right-back.
He can play in centre midfield as well if you really needed him.
Southgate should just take Tomiyasu as well.
Leeds seem up for it. They've gone off the pace though, haven't they? Last 10 minutes, that intensity's died down a bit from Leeds.
Yeah. Can they keep this up for 90 minutes? Oh, hang on. That's easy, Joe. Oof. No. Well done.
There's a sentence that doesn't go well there at the moment. That's easy and Joe.
Yeah.
Those two don't go too well at the moment. I mean, Everton, I don't know why Leeds just aren't playing down that side of the pitch.
Yeah. Leeds, I mean, look, I don't want to jinx it, but watching the scores roll in today when it was 2-0 Bournemouth, Brighton was slapping Spurs about. I got to think Forest beat us last week. I know that's not what it was last year, but I sat there thinking there's no easy games in the Premier League. And watching this, Leeds are supposed to be struggling, and this is 50-50.
Yeah. They've
been really good. Like you say, can they keep up this intensity for 90 minutes? I'm glad to see Thiago's over his ear infection.
Yeah.
Obi took that a little bit to heart.
Got a wee bit of a sore ear. I think his mummy gave him some cowpole and then he was back again today.
Oh, nice challenge. I tell you, for a silky footballer, Thiago loves a challenge. And he's fantastic in the air as well. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but when he goes up, his timing, headers, he wins everything in the air. Are we going to watch along Arsenal tomorrow?
Yeah, we could do.
If you want
to see how a real team plays, yeah. Want to see our title challenger?
Yeah. I don't know what my missus will think to that, but we can see. Put a pin in it.
What's happened to Fabinho, Scott? Looks leggy.
I seen it. Yeah, I said it on a stream. It's an enigma. It's almost a phenomenon. I don't know. Is he carrying an injury? Has he fell off a cliff and he's on the decline? He's just turned 29. I don't know. It looks a little bit beyond form, to be honest. I was reading one of the Liverpool pages and they said he can barely turn, never mind run. Yeah, it is. It's bad times. What's Evan saying in the chat? We've got 3 watchers. Alrighty. I reckon we need a replacement for Henderson. I don't know if Jude Bellingham is pushing it, but it would be a great signing. I agree, Evan, definitely. I don't know if you watched the last stream, but we were all singing Declan Rice's praises. Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, 2 top draw footballers. Imagine we got them both. We're not even going to be in for one of them, never mind 2. 100 mil ballers. I don't think we could pay their wages either. They're both going to be looking for 300-400 grand paydays. I think that rules us out, mate.
I mean, I think you'd be struggling anyway. Liverpool, I mean, you've just spent 70 million on Nunez, but the Bellingham money is going to be 120 probably.
Yeah.
It'll be over 100. Dortmund don't sell on the cheap. So I think you'll be struggling for him. Rice could be a gettable one. He's probably in the 70 million bracket.
I think it just depends, like we said on the stream, how long he's got left on his contract. If he can get down to 2 years, there's a bit of movement, or even down to 1 year. But would he want to come to us?
Well, the thing is, as well, with Liverpool,
going to Chelsea or something, or
yeah, the thing with Liverpool at the moment is, particularly if you do end up dropping out of the Champions League this season, would be the worst timing for you, because you've got a lot of players over 30 now. A couple have left. We've spoke about Mane before, and then you're looking to attract that next level player. If all of a sudden you're not in the Champions League and you're sitting 5th or 6th at the end of the season, like you say, with the pull of Man City, Real Madrid, and even Man United with the money they're paying if they get back into Europe, they'll always pay over the odds. It could be just a perfect storm in the wrong direction for Liverpool come the summer if you drop out and you're looking to rebuild again.
Yeah, dropping out is not an option. It's just
not an option. January.
Yeah, well, that'd be great for us. As Evan says, Harvey Elliott's been playing well, but don't think he's ready. Yeah. Do you know what, Evan? I don't think it was in Klopp's plans that he'd be getting this much minutes. Him and Milner. Obviously, it's been his hand's been forced with all the injuries we've had, but I'm not sure he's got the pace to play in a front 3. But I definitely think he's going to be an asset in the midfield. He's had quite a few man of the match. Oh, hang on, he's had quite a few man of the matches as well. Robbo's getting involved. Jurgen's pulling him away. Gone, Robbo. Robbo's going full Francis Begbie. I love it.
Are you seeing a bit of a bounce back here from Liverpool tonight, Scotty? How you feeling? We're ticking on in the half.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to half-time, I think, and regroup a bit.
It could have been 2-1 down. Again, it's this kind of yin-yang Liverpool. You don't know what you're going to get, but they haven't really put the afterburners on yet. You got back into the game. There's not been a couple of half chances for each team, but it's not been like the red arrows have come at Leeds since the first goal's gone in. I mean, 18 months ago, that's what you would have expected. It would have just been wave after wave.
I just don't think we're at that level yet to put teams to the sword. We're suffering from confidence ourselves. So going 1-0 down is the last thing we needed. Thankfully, it's back to 1 each. In the comments, Arves, how you doing, mate? You okay? Thanks for the subscription the other day. You said you're going to tell your mates to subscribe. Have you done that yet? Appreciate it if you do. Anyone else that's watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. WSG, what does that mean? Totally not 15. WSG? Yeah, cheers, mate. Get their phones and subscribe for me then, yeah? I think everyone's just looking for half-time now.
I know, yeah, it's gone a bit like you both just, you get to the end of the game, both teams are playing for a draw to get out of their group of the Champions League or Europa League or Conference League. They're just knocking it about, get to half-time, regroup.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this could be a massive 2 points drop for Leeds, honestly.
So what other scores come in today? I've just seen Everton Fulham was 0-0.
Yeah.
Glad I missed that game.
Well, Fulham. What are they? Are they up to 7th?
Who, Fulham?
Fulham.
Yeah, 7th.
Yeah, they're up there, top.
What about Newcastle? 4-0 at home to Villa, up to 3rd in the table. Did Spurs go back there? Yeah, no, 4th.
Yeah.
Newcastle have not really got started with spending money yet. And
No,
they're
I mean, I
already
remember
giving people something to think about.
we had the conversation a little while ago, and we were talking about how long is that project going to be, and you were a little more pragmatic, saying, this could be 5, 6, 7 years, but it could be a lot shorter than that. They bought
No,
Root.
no, no, no. I said they'll win the league inside 5 years.
Oh, you didn't.
And you and Travis laughed at me and said it'll be 10.
No.
Listen, mate, I'm still on the same iPhone for about 3 years. You know I'm a chat search wizard. I'll get it up. Let us know in the comments, what do you think? Newcastle, when are they going to win the league? Nice one. Cheers, Evan. Appreciate that. This channel's underrated. Thank you, mate. Definitely deserve more subs. We've just started, mate. Hopefully we're going to pick up some subs on the way. And the channel will do some bits.
Yeah, did you see the Spurs game? Obviously, Benton Core scored 90+2, 90+3 was it? That was going to the draw. They were obviously 2-0 down.
Yeah.
Looking like Spurs were out of it, and then they'd gone from boring Conte ball to switching a gear.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been nice, particularly from an Arsenal perspective, and for you as Liverpool at the moment, to see them drop points today.
Oh, absolutely. I was looking at the league table thinking, hang on, we're not far off fourth here. But yeah, then they obviously pulled it out the bag. But yeah, I had Spurs on my coupon. I do a coupon with Bunter.
Yeah.
And hang on, Leeds are through. Oh, nice hands, Allison. Woo! So I was glad that my pick on the coupon come through, but to be honest, our other mate Daz let us down before then. Northampton drew. He took Northampton. They drew 1 each. So the coupon was already down by 4 o'clock, to be honest. But yeah,
City only just got the job done today, didn't they? I thought Leicester would get something out of the game. That would have been great for Arsenal going into tomorrow. We could have stretched our lead again.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you see the free kick?
Yeah.
Wow.
Puts a bit of pressure on us, and that was the thing. Just a dead ball situation got them through the game.
You don't save those.
Yeah, and I've said it before. Like, you don't win the league, by Christmas, but a lot of teams, if you can put enough pressure on, they end up winning the league. I think when Liverpool did it, obviously a COVID league, it should have been shut down. Nobody really counts it as a league. But, you can be gone by Christmas. United have done it a couple of times. If you've got that much of a lead, you don't necessarily have to be the best team in the league to win it.
The league was done and dusted by COVID, my friend.
And that's where...
Done and dusted. When they shut the league down, we were 22 points ahead with 24 points left to play.
You'd already had all of those dodgy VAR decisions at the beginning when nobody knew what they were doing.
Oh, what has Joe Gomez done
Arsenal
there?
just got to keep trying to win. Just keep trying to win and hope City are going to drop, because although people are saying, they look like they could run away with it, they're the same as anyone else. There's a couple of games they've either been close or they've obviously dropped in.
Right, listen.
Build some momentum.
You ignored me in the groupie, so now I'm going to put you on the spot on the live stream that will get posted to the channel. Are Arsenal in the title race?
Oh, yeah. They're in the title. Yeah. Oh, not saying they're going to win it, but we're the only ones in the race.
I'm going to turn that into a TikTok.
The question I got to ask you, are City in the title race? You know what I mean? Catch us if you can, Leonardo DiCaprio style.
I tell you what, forget Haaland, De Bruyne could win that league all on his own.
Oh yeah, he's something else.
He's different gravy. Half time. Woo!
Yeah, so going back to the Newcastle situation, I think they've just bought really well. Unlike when Man City first got the money, can you remember they were going silly trying to buy Robinho and Ronaldinho and Messi? They were just trying to get anyone in that was a stellar name, whereas actually they bought some really good players. They've kept a bit of a core there. They've obviously got a manager who knows the league, is tactically astute. So they've gone about it in a different way. And I think that's why they could be in the position where, if they get in the top 4 this year, there's a problem for the rest, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Half time.
Bring back Kevin Keegan.
Yeah. Do you think Eddie Howe will be given a shot to win silverware?
I think it'll probably be a bit the same as the Mancini trajectory. If they get in the Champions League, they'll probably be given a chance that season, see how they get on. If they manage to get out their group, get into the round of 16, maybe he'll get another year. And then once that next caliber of player comes in, then he'll probably be gone, no matter how well he does.
Yeah, I got to admit, they'll want a stellar name, won't they?
Yeah.
Miguel Almiron scored again today. Did you see?
Yeah.
He's absolutely mugging Jack Grealish off.
Yeah.
They say there's no such thing as bad publicity, but literally since Jack Grealish slurred Miguel Almiron's name when he was steaming, Almiron's not stopped scoring. I've seen a bit of a meme today. Almiron's got 6 goals in October. Jack Grealish has got 4 goals in his entire Man City career.
Yeah.
He's
he's
a player.
For Grealish, it was obviously you're not going to turn down a move to Man City, but again, is he another player? Because we talked about Scott Parker and some other players who have never really kicked on when they've gone to a big club. Is he one of those where he would have been better staying at a particular level, shining, captain? He was a Villa. Obviously, there's an opportunity for him to win trophies, but I don't think he's got. I mean, I remember you posted something in one of our early on chats about him saying he doesn't really seem to have Guardiola's mentality of that type of like player off the pitch that he likes.
He's bordering an alcoholic, I'm sure of it.
Yeah. He'll be on Strictly Come Dancing with Tony Adams in a few years.
He'll be washed up at 30 like Lee Sharp.
Yeah.
Like David Bentley. Some blast from the past. What's Evan saying in the chat? Newcastle, I think if they spend their money wisely and slowly, they could definitely win the league in 5 to 10 years. I agree, mate. I think it's almost a certainty. It'll be between Newcastle and Man City. Money talks. Really is as simple as that.
How much are FSG worth, Scotty?
Do you know what? I don't know what they're worth, but the problem with FSG is they've got like a baseball team as well, haven't they? The Red Sox. If FSG pumped, let's say they pumped 200 million in, right? You know, Liverpool need some purchases, some new players. There's OB coming in. Let me just get that up. 1 second here, I'm just letting OB in.
Alright, grab up.
There he is. Hello, mate.
Yeah, OB, you're about the same way up as Liverpool were tonight. All over the place.
It's only half time, boys. Calm down, relax. It's only half time.
OB, I was just saying early on in the chat, I've never tried to get on a poddy or get all of my devices plugged in so quickly when it was 1-0. By the time I got everything hooked up, it was 1 each. I felt like turning straight back off.
I bet you're like wired up to everything. It's just like wires everywhere, like connecting.
I was just selling EDF. I don't care how much it costs.
Wow. Strange old half that.
Yeah, it was a bit odd, wasn't it?
Yeah, really odd.
What do you
odd.
think of it? Joe Gomez, has he got a holiday to Thailand with his missus booked during the World Cup and he just don't want to go? What is going on?
Do you know what, right? He didn't look. He played the ball. Pounded by Alisson slipping. But have you noticed how many players are slipping all over the place in that game?
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's just they've overwatered the pitch or whatever. Same for both teams at the end of the day. But just seemed really, really odd. And paid the price early on for a bit of stupidity, really, and he didn't look. He played the ball in, Alisson slipped, and a simple enough goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're just playing it now. There you go. There you go. He wins it nice and easy. You should be turning out back up the wing.
Are you putting Alisson in any fault there, Scotty?
Oh, no, not absolutely not. Absolutely not. Jesus
Not even
Christ.
the slightest. Not even the slightest bit of fault.
Not at all. Look, he's like, go on, give me it.
He slipped.
Nice and easy. Oh God.
Ultimately, he slipped, didn't he?
What do you think? Do you think he got his boots from Gerrard? Like,
He's in prime form tonight, Neil, aren't you?
Jesus,
you know what I mean?
man.
You're ready to go.
We better win tonight, man. I'm not going
I
live to
thought
get
I'd
beat.
get it in because I can only see this game going one way second half, and that's probably Liverpool. I think Leeds are gonna. They already started to blow out a puff. They had a good 20, 25 minutes. They had a couple of extra chances. They could have gone 2-1 up, hit the bar. But you could just see Liverpool coming into the game last 10, 15, playing the ball around nicely. And you'll get at least one or two more chances. I expect you to take them if they don't fall to Núñez.
Absolutely. What about Núñez's chance? What about Núñez's chance, OB?
I don't know why he doesn't hit it first time. I don't know why he didn't lob the keeper.
Just lift it over.
He seemed like he wanted. I don't know. And the thing is, it fell on his right foot, and he decided to, his left foot, which is his right,
his favourite foot.
Better foot, and he just. It's very odd. Very odd. I don't know. It's like a player who has obviously scored more goals than Gabriel Jesus, but he's still not quite hit top form.
And yeah, I mean, when I went and researched that, I noticed you boys were pulling up the Community Shield as one of those games where he scored a goal. How the mighty have fallen.
Listen, Jack has scored more than the world's best centre forward, Gabriel Jesus. So.
Hey, listen, Jesus got a hat trick in the Emirates Cup, right? That goes on.
They just win it.
Of course they won
we
it.
We always win it. We just fiddle the scores.
If they don't win it, they just cancel it.
Yeah. I remember the year that we got beat by, I think we got beat by Seville. They won their other game, and we still won it because we had the
scored more goals.
At half-time. Yeah. No, we didn't even score more
you were
goals.
at home.
So why
because you held on to the trophy.
They won both their games, and you didn't win both your games, and you won the trophy.
Yeah, but we gave everybody oranges at half-time, so like we got the trophy.
I tell you what I would say, Mike. Like trying to get this back into some sort of normality. Go back to the game. Marsch has got his tactics right, so he's ploughing players into midfield, gone on the front foot. He's not going to be passive. I think he said it. I mean, my son Harvey said it before the game. He says he listened to him pre-match. He says if we go in and we're passive, we've got a problem. We're not going to get anything. So they went on the front foot and they were just crowding us. I don't know why we're insisting on trying to pass through that crowd of midfield as well. I think we've got to mix it up and play longer balls in. I noticed Gomez and Van Dijk seem reluctant to do that, but ultimately, I mean, Klopp will change it at halftime. I think he'll go to a more familiar 4-3-3. It looks like we're a 4-4-2 diamond because Firmino is playing deeper. I think he should play Firmino through the middle. I think he should start to occupy them front spaces and give us a target and say to the boys, go longer, because when we mix it up, we're at our best. So if you think about some of Liverpool's greatest goals and greatest performances, it's quite often involves a diagonal ball from one of the defenders, Van Dijk, or a crossfield ball from Alexander-Arnold or Robertson. And we started to get more joy from the fullbacks when we were doing that at parts during the first half. And I think what we need to do, we need to occupy their back players. And we need to give them something to think about, probably get them to drop a little bit, and then we can start to dominate the midfield, because it looks like Marsch has come in and just packed the midfield, and we're just playing into the trap, really. You know what I mean? And he's using his players well because they're going on the front foot. But to Neil's point, I think they are starting to run out of puff, and maybe now's the point where we make them work a bit harder.
Let's hope so. I think we are trying to
agree with you
occupy
there,
that.
OB. Sorry, Scotty, just going back to what OB said there, because, I mean, the chance for Núñez, that was exactly, I mean, carbon copy of what OB was saying. I mean, Trent's put a David Beckham ball 40 yards, split the defence, and you just thought the keeper didn't know whether to come or not, and you thought, well, that's it, 2-1. Kind of fell over his own feet. But I think that's the way through for Liverpool at the moment. Like you say, they're trying to play through, and the ball's just getting stifled. There hasn't been many chances, and they just need to switch it up second half.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was just going to say Trent's back to playing right wing, OB, when he should be right back first and foremost. I just hope it pays dividends. But the last thing we need at the minute is marauding fullbacks. Do you think he'll make any changes? He doesn't want to crucify Gomez, but surely Konate is starting the next game. He has to.
Maybe he might go 60 minutes and then make some changes, especially if it stays 1-1. He might bring Konate on for Gomez. To Tsimikas on for Robertson seems to be a familiar one as well. And but going forward, I mean, what's he really got? He's got Carvalho he could bring on, probably for someone like Elliott. I thought Elliott started the game really poorly. I mean, he built into it as the half went on, but he was giving the ball away cheaply, and he put us under a little bit of pressure. Salah's in and out of the game. I know he scores, and don't get me wrong, he scores absolutely loads of goals, and it's hard to criticise a guy, but he drifts in and out of the games at points, and some of his passing's been bizarre.
Yeah, you say that, Obi, because, Scotty was waxing lyrical again that he scored. I said, that's great, but you haven't seen much of him in the game. Even for the goal, you think 18 months ago, you'd expect him to jink one, jink another, have a shot. He sort of played a safe ball that's gone then to the back post that's then come back in for him to score the goal. It just doesn't seem to be, I don't know if it's confidence with him, because I think he's a confident player, but he just doesn't seem to have that same burst of pace. I was looking at him from the earlier podcast where you'd said it looked like he'd put on a bit too much muscle or size, and I was thinking, is that it? Is his mobility not as good as it should be? Is he too much time in the gym?
Travis is in the house.
Good evening. How are we?
Evening,
How are
Travis.
you doing, Trav?
Good evening. How are you? All right.
So, on my screen, there's two non-Liverpool fans flanking two Liverpool fans. Sad faces in the middle, big smiles either side.
Right, lads,
How's the game been so far? How's the game been so far? I've missed the
Hang on,
first part.
Trav. Hang on, Trav. I know this is our first stream. We're all a bit excited, really, but I've got to go in the chat.
Okay.
Evan's in there. Is that your nephew, Obi?
It is indeed, yeah. What's he saying?
He's saying, who's your favourite Liverpool player?
What, my favourite Liverpool player?
I think everyone's.
Whatever.
Neil's and Trav's.
What,
Yeah, go on
current
then.
player? Current player?
I'll go first.
Oh.
I was going to say it was Van Dijk. It is Van Dijk. We lose Van Dijk, we're done. Mine's Van Dijk.
I'm going to go with mine.
So bad.
I love
Play him
it.
every game.
Mine's just Salah.
Salah.
Salah. I think the moment that Salah joined the club, I think everything changed. You can say that about a few of the players, Alisson, Van Dijk, and Salah. But Salah's got the X factor, the world class player, and he's ever since he's joined the club, he's just changed the direction of where we are and what we do, and big game player, and that for me is everything. You know what I mean? The big moment.
If you look back on his whole career, Obi, do you feel he's got enough credit for what he's done over the last 3-4 years?
No. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. And I tell you what happened was he set such a high bar so early that Liverpool fans say, and said it to me regularly, and I've gone, Salah's been poor this year, and I'm like, he scored 24 goals in the league. What part of poor is that? Because for me, that's ridiculous. And it's like, he come in, he burst in, he was brilliant for probably 2 years. He was absolutely at his peak. I think he broke the goal scoring record and 32 goals in a 38-game season, which is ridiculous when you actually think about it. And I think he's got the golden boot. He had to share it with Aubameyang one year, and when he was at Arsenal, and Mane when he got 22, and people go, "Oh, it's a poor season." That's absolutely ridiculous. You know what I mean? There's nothing about that.
He scores in
It's
big
ridiculous.
games as well. He's not a flat track bully like Lukaku. He scores in big games as well. He scores against United a lot. Scores against City. Scores against Arsenal. You name it. He scores in all the big games as well. I don't think he gets enough credit, like Neil said. Definitely not. For me, Van Dijk, though, I just think without him, he just looked like a totally different team without Van Dijk. I just think he's certainly your most important player. I think, naturally as well, I think he makes defending look easy. I don't think he has had the best season this year, admittedly, but I think over the past few years, it's definitely been Van Dijk for me.
But do you think,
personally.
Trav, since his knee injury, you dropped him in to the Liverpool team, he was signed that day, would you still be saying the same about him? Because I think since he's had that knee injury, and I don't know if he's gone on to 30 and the team's in transition, he doesn't seem the same player as dominant. He's getting turned easier. For me, the one who's been really consistent, who's not my favourite player, but Alisson is, again tonight, he's made a couple of saves. He has been consistent. I'm thinking of those players that all came in at the same time, Salah, VVD, Alisson. You can talk about any of them and say, okay, they were the most important, but
Yeah.
You've not got a good keeper, you're not going to do anything. And
It's a really good point.
yeah,
he's
rarely had a dip. He's had the odd flap, but who doesn't? But he's still playing at that same level, I think. And I think Van Dijk and Salah maybe aren't playing at that same level they were 18 months ago. Potentially. Still not saying they're not great. I do think Salah hasn't had enough credit for what he's done. Everybody talks about Van Dijk's changed Liverpool, but he was it still is breathtaking at times. It's just when you watch him, it's like watching Messi, the way he can drop a shoulder. Just some of the goals he scored against big teams, like Trav said, not just against Bolton in the FA Cup. He's scoring some top level goals against top level opposition. I just feel he doesn't get the credit from an outsider. I'm not a Liverpool fan,
I agree.
I feel he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Right, let me get in the comments, lads, because quite a few comments coming in, which is great. Really appreciate it, guys. Oscar's in, OB, your lad. Football Ferreira's in. Go and follow his page. Subscribe. He's a good guy. Hi, Jose. You okay? Oof, nearly in. Big up everyone on this live. Thank you, Jose. People, please smash the like and subscribe. Yeah, really appreciate it. It looks like the video's got 2 likes. Oscar, Evan, Jose, smash that like for us. Oscar's saying, we've conquered all of Europe. You know it. Sorry about that, Neil. That's not for you. Trav knows what he means.
I know what he means.
Come on, Liverpool. Everyone in the chat, what's your prediction? Jose Football Ferreira says 3-1. I hope you are right, brother. I hope you are right.
Scotty, my question to you is, where were you against Parma in 91, Alan Smith, 1-0.
What are you on about? Intertoto Cup, is that?
Hey, Top Winners' Cup, my friend. They retired it when we won it. It was so hard to win.
Was that when, was it Alan Smith scored the winner?
Yeah, he did, yeah. Big old Alan Smith, head on a stick.
How's the game been so far then? I've had a little scroll through the live feed and stuff. Apparently it's been end-to-end chances at both ends and stuff. It's been quite an open game.
Leeds should be 2-1 up, really. They had the 2 best chances, hit the bar. Liverpool they took control of the game but haven't had any clear-cut chances. Nunes had one through on goal, one-on-one, stood on the ball, fell over. Tried to do the Andre Kanchelskis. Remember when he did that one? But,
but he did it by accident and fell over.
Yeah. He was trying to slot it past the keeper, tripped over.
Wait for the worldie second half. I'm telling you, it's everything and nothing.
I think he didn't lace his Timberland boots up properly. That was the problem.
Was that the Naeem final you were referring to, or was that?
No, we got beaten that one, mate.
I know. Right, second half's underway. 47 minutes in the chat.
Can I just go back to what Obi was saying? Because he was talking about coming off the bench, and I just pulled your bench up. There's not much on there, is there?
Well, you got Jordan Henderson, who's not much of a game changer, is he? But obviously,
I didn't even know Oxlade-Chamberlain got game time. He's on the bench. You've got Carvalho, Phillips, Kellner.
Has he played this season, Oxlade-Chamberlain? What has happened to him?
Come on in the last game. He's been injured all season after pre-season.
Yeah.
Right.
His contract's surely up. His contract's got to be up surely soon.
It is in the summer.
It seems like he's been there a long time, and he just doesn't play, does he? And again, a great talent at Arsenal. He's a really good talent, and I thought he had a high ceiling. He had a good potential, but injuries have just plagued his career all the way through.
Ooh, good handling by the
keeper. You can keep talking. It's just Nunes in. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
Don't even break stride.
I should have known that.
I'm just gonna switch. I'm just gonna switch his telly on so I can see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going back to Oxlade-Chamberlain, I don't know if you boys remember all the way back when we sold him for that big money. I said it was a waste of money. Liverpool had looked at a couple of flip-flops he'd done on the halfway line. He was injured a lot in that period for Arsenal. He came through as a kid, and then he didn't kick on. And it was the same as Iwobi when he went. We got big money for him, and I just thought, how have we managed to bleed 70 million out of those 2 players between Liverpool? And it's been proved he's got a Champions League medal, but I don't know how much he had in that.
He contributed to that.
Do you know what though? When he first joined for us, he was decent until he got that really bad injury against Roma in the semi-final, and it kind of it stopped his career. He's never recovered since. See him on TikTok and Instagram doing little dances upstairs with his wife and stuff like that, and that's all he's good for now. And ever since he's been injured, that's him. He's done.
No, he is. He's fell off a cliff. He's more done than Joe Cole was when he was at Liverpool, and it's a shame because he reminds me a bit of Jack
Wilshere. Similar career to Jack Wilshere, you know. I know we got him from Southampton, but at a really young age, kind of come through the system, had big prospects, was going to be the next big thing for England, and then his career just fell flat.
How old is he? Is he 30 yet?
No, I think he's just turned 29.
Has he?
I'll check now. But yeah, just looking at the bench, all we've really got to game changing really is Carvalho.
Yeah.
If he can be called a game changer. Yeah, Oxlade-Chamberlain turned 29 in August.
Yeah.
What do you think of Carvalho?
He's young. I feel like I can't pass judgment on him yet. He's got little flashes of Coutinho about him, but you know, he's 19. He's going to find his feet. He shouldn't be playing as many minutes as he is for me.
Being around players like Salah will only be good for that guy. It'll only develop his career and only help him. I think it's the same with Harvey Elliott. I think it's a little bit early to judge. I mean, Elliott does bother me a little bit. He's on the ball now with a little bit of lack of pace, but I understand that he could probably develop into a decent player. I think Carvalho might have a higher ceiling. Looking at him, I think he's got a trick in him. He's got a bit of ability. He's got a bit of pace. It'll just be interesting to see what happens. That's interesting. So they took Rodrigo off.
He might have an injury.
Oh, Patrick Bamford. He's the kind of nobody that'll just bag a goal and ruin my Saturday. Just in the comments, Football Ferreira, Jose, Scott, don't forget to change the title of your stream once the game is over. I will, mate. I'm sure I'll get my son in to change it, because people will be in looking for live reaction. Is that what you change it to? And then hopefully we'll hit some search bars and get some views and some subs.
Who played well in the first half then? What players, individual? No one.
Nunez, he was decent for Leeds. Alisson was probably, like I was just saying.
Oh, what's Fabinho doing?
He made some great saves. Alisson, again, was just solid. There was a couple of good chances. He had a big strong arm for one just on his near post.
I'd say probably for Liverpool it's Thiago. Thiago's been silky.
And I think Robbo's been all right as well. I think Robbo's shown a lot of good movement and he's linking up quite well. So I think we might get some
He's had a bit of
down
bite
that
about
side.
him as well, Obi. Do you not think it seems like he wants to kind of get the team going, get the crowd going?
He's on the ball.
I think you have to win this game though.
Oh,
it's a big opportunity for you, especially with the results today. I mean, Chelsea got stuffed at Brighton today. That was a big beating. I watched a bit of that game. Quite a lot of that game, actually. And Brighton played some good football.
Yeah,
some really good football.
We've said before, they're a great team. But listen, we're on our first live stream watch along, so Liverpool have just got to win for this. We need to see some live, like, yes.
I'd love to see you
to be fair, it'll go one way or the other.
Beautiful.
If Leeds are winning, 2 of the 4 here are going to be doing the same. So
no, I'll just be like, where's that end stream button?
Yeah.
I listened to a bit of a last stream, and what amazed me was I think I asked you a question, Neil, and you answered it. It was about Arsenal, and you answered it by mentioning Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool 4 times. It's very weird, mate. It's like a bit of an obsession. And you just need to calm down, mate, because at the end of the day, worry about your own team, worry about where you're going to be, and worry about us.
Listen, Obi.
Honestly, I'm not worrying too much watching this game, honestly.
It's a fair point.
Obi, Neil was raging that Arsenal didn't get Jurgen Klopp for a good few years after we got him, okay? So he's got Jurgen on the brain. It's like an ex-girlfriend he can't get over. But now Arteta's doing the business, so fair play to Arsenal
Swap
and
him
fair
now.
play to Arteta.
If you had the chance to swap him, would you swap him right now, Neil?
That's a question.
Big question.
Nah.
No.
The answer is yes, because of the pause.
No.
It's got to be.
No? Are you mad?
I tell you where Klopp is at the moment. You know where he reminds me? Remember when Wenger first came in and they called him the Iceman? Cool, calm on the sidelines. He was obviously winning doubles and going to be invincible. And then there became a point around about 7 years in, which is about the time we got beaten in the Champions League final, where
Leeds are in.
Started getting rattled in press conferences, fighting with Jose Mourinho on the sidelines, and the pressure gets to you. And I feel that's where Klopp is at the moment. He's biting,
feeling the heat, isn't he?
Biting at journalists, things where he brushed stuff off and he had that like real funny sense of humour. That's all gone for him at the moment. I think he's really feeling the pressure, and maybe that's playing into the team.
Yeah, I think it is, definitely. You can see with the performances. I know he has quite recently signed a new contract. I'm not 100% confident.
Leeds are battering us here. You got it on the iPad, Trav?
Yeah, I'm a tiny bit behind, I think. Corner Leeds.
I know you asked who's playing well, Trav, was it? In the first half. I'll tell you who's not playing well, Fabinho.
Again.
Just get him off. Yeah. Get him off. Get Declan Rice signed up. Sign Declan Rice right now.
I don't think you can bring Declan Rice on today.
You can on Football Manager. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
That's a handball.
That's got to be handball.
What is the ref doing? All this letting it flow.
I think I might be like 30 seconds behind you or something like that.
I think Leeds will need the second, to be honest.
Oh, that's poor.
To get something from the game.
I'd just take the 1-1. Like, I'm not even bothered if Leeds win. Just the one each will do me. Just more pain in the chat for Scotty and OB.
We've got to win this. We've got to win this. A draw is the same as a defeat.
I think you will. I think you'll.
We look really messy.
Oh, they're in.
Yeah.
Leeds look like the home team.
I know. Yeah. Leeds are bullying you at the minute.
It's very similar to the first half where there's 2-3 players around every time we've got the ball. We haven't really sorted that
going? Out. Oh, that's good.
that was good. That was really good. There, down the other side. Did you see that? With his hands up. A very strange character.
When are Leeds going to run out of steam? It's an hour gone.
At some point.
They're smelling blood, mate, at the minute.
They are.
To be fair.
We've dropped against the bottom team.
I still think
Forest.
they need a goal, though. I wouldn't panic too much about it.
I think they need a goal.
You're going to get a couple of chances in this game.
I don't understand why we keep playing the ball short. Because I think, look, you see out wide there, get the ball out there quicker, and we're just not doing it.
Yeah.
We might be now.
So
go on, Mo.
Go down. Oh, Jesus.
Who's injured today that would have been playing?
He plays for Arsenal.
Who's injured that would have been playing today?
Oh, don't, Trav. Come on, save that for the...
Save
that for the post-match reaction, all right?
You got injured in that, like...
It's a bit early to be fishing, but...
Jota,
Diaz, Matip.
Oh, yeah, Diaz. That's why it's one each. Yeah, I forgot, man.
Cater. Fit if he starts, Cater.
Ramsey.
It looks like we're bringing on Henderson
and
Jones. Change the game. Weird. That was an odd pass as well. I don't know what that was.
Go on, Veg.
Yeah, he just doesn't get it wrong, does he?
OB, I don't know if you were in the stream at that point, but Scotty was talking about Henderson first half, and is he going to make it to the World Cup? Because it seems like he's not first choice at the moment.
No, I wouldn't. Personally, I mean, I'm not really that bothered either way with England, if I'm being totally honest. I think there's players in front of him for England, and if he's just going to be a squad player, there's no point in him going over there for me. He's not in great form at the moment either. So yeah, it's hard because clearly preferring Elliott with his energy at the moment to Henderson. I don't know if Henderson's maybe carrying injuries here and there. Nah, not for me. Not at the moment. He's not in top form. He's not in any sort of form, and he's probably not in the first group of players that Southgate would go for.
There's a few players ahead of him, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think, he's not had a great season again. He's been in and out of the team, injuries and stuff.
Nice, Bobby, nice. I'll tell you what, Leeds are all over us. We need this goal.
Yeah.
Oh, not from there, Darwin. Jesus.
Where's he shooting from?
I don't know.
It's about 30 yards out at an angle. So it's a double sub.
Darwin, man.
I think it's
Curtis Iniesta and Henderson.
And
I actually like Curtis Jones as a player. I think he's got decent potential.
Fabinho, thank God.
He's young, so I'm not sure if Klopp's like proper nailed down what type of midfielder he is, because he don't really get a lot of goals and stuff. I think
Yeah.
he keeps the play moving very well. And I think he's got quite a good passing range. Could be a good box-to-box midfielder, but I think he needs a run of games so we can start like adding goals and assists to his game. But I think if he does get a run of games, I think he'll actually be good for Liverpool. I think he needs to start playing.
He does give a ball away quite a lot. He's got a chance here. Unbelievable. Then just come on.
I don't think he's gonna. He's not gonna do any worse than what's playing at the minute.
I feel like I forgot what Curtis Jones is like. I feel like he hasn't played for about a year and a half.
So I remember you saying in the chat he was going to be Curtis Iniesta.
I did. You made that up.
Like that time when you told me Mignolet was world class.
Ah, not that again.
I'll never forget that.
The archives run deep, don't they?
I'll tell you what.
All sorts on the chat, mate.
He's lucky WhatsApp groups weren't a thing back then because I had a chat search that. I never knew who Mignolet was. I wish Reina was staying at the club. I didn't understand it at all.
Liverpool went on a run of just having awful keepers, didn't they, in a row? Like James, Peggy, Fexed, you name it.
After
The whole
Reina left,
shebang,
weren't they? Maybe that's why Alisson looked so good.
Pepe Reina actually did well for it. He was one of the better ones, but he had some poor ones, didn't he? He had some poor keepers.
Sander Westerveld, and even outside of the Champions League, Dudek wasn't amazing.
Brad Jones.
Brad
Jones. The Red Bull Leipzig keeper. What's his name?
Who's that?
He was at Liverpool.
What, the current keeper?
Yeah.
Who? Carrier.
Karius.
Let's not talk about Karius.
Yeah, don't talk about Karius.
Karius is at Newcastle.
Yeah.
Is he?
On loan. Is he?
Yeah. Is he still on the books?
Yeah.
No way.
No, he's at Newcastle. So
he's strong.
That's good blocking, though.
Trent just gets climbed all over.
That's good
ref.
from Thiago. That.
Yeah.
That's good. That's really good.
He loves a tackle, doesn't he?
This could go either way. It's quite even at the moment.
Yeah. Leeds need the goal, I think, to get something out of the game. They need to go 2-1 up. If Liverpool get the next goal, I just think...
I think Leeds are on top at the minute.
Oh, God, yeah, they are.
Back into it.
Yeah,
I don't really understand why we're not really looking as if we're trying to change the system. We're not really looking as if we're trying to do anything. We brought in a couple of subs, but it looks like it's more of the same.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Are you boys watching the games tomorrow as well?
Yeah, we're gonna go live if Arsenal and Man U go 1-0 down. Go on, guys.
To be fair, it depends on what happens tonight. I might just switch the telly off, cut the electricity, and save a few quid tomorrow.
There's plenty of other sports, OB. I like basketball. I can get you into that. There's loads, mate. Don't worry about that.
I'll just shut it all down. We'll just have a day of sitting in the dark.
No, like I said, I think you'll still come through this.
Just in the chat, Evans saying, "Where's Darwin Núñez?" Good question, mate. He's on the left. He's on the right. He's in the middle. Some people might say he's still in the changing rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, Trent, that's awful.
When are we going to start
Jesse Marsch is a bit of a one, isn't he? He's picked up the ball loads of times there.
Yeah. I can see him getting involved now.
He's American managers, isn't it? He is American, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like Bob
Trent's
Bradley.
all over the place again.
Yeah, he's all over the gaff.
And now he's Jones helping him on that side. And Jones is a bit loose with the ball sometimes. He's quite attacking as well, so he could be exposed here if he's not careful.
Is Milner on the bench? Is he fit?
Yeah, he's on the bench.
He's on the bench,
yeah.
He's played a lot of games, though.
Yeah, definitely needed a rest after midweek.
Yeah.
I was reading who's I think it was one of the Soccer Saturday panel was saying that they thought Liverpool were quite lucky in midweek in the first half before they went ahead and then it became easy. But you're not starting games well. We said it on one of the other podcasts. Conceding early goals, same again today. Like giving yourself a lot of work to do in games, and it's
bit
tough,
of space there. Bit of space.
It's just textbook Liverpool at the minute, isn't it? Starting every game a goal down.
I tell you what,
Ajax
I really
started
rate.
well.
I really rate Harrison from Leeds. I don't know about you guys, but he's got a real something about him. He's a good player.
Aggressive, ain't he?
Yeah, he was probably. I thought he was Leeds' best player in the first half, and he's really putting us under pressure, and he's got
well
a
in
lot
the
of
Arsenal game as well, Obi. I know we got through that one, but he was a real threat second half in that game against Arsenal.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if he stays there long term. I think somebody will pick him up.
Where does he play, Ob?
Left midfield.
Yeah, he's decent, and he does everything really, really well. But you never see him have a bad game.
What age is he?
One of them, no idea. But he's one of them guys. I've never seen him below a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just consistent.
Leeds
is such a weird team.
Go on, Mo. Go on, Mo.
Go on.
Go on.
Oh!
No!
Jesus!
You can always rely on Nunes.
I told you can always rely on.
Here we go.
It was on his right foot. He needs him on his left.
I love it.
Oh, it's awful. It's another
Deadly Darwin.
When are we going to start seeing the evolution of Darwin? Now, that's a scientific pun for you there, if you know about Darwin.
My phone's on fire, slagging him off. Jesus.
Little history lesson for the people watching out there.
He's got to be putting them away. I'm sorry, Ob. I know we say he gets chances, which it'll all come good, but he should have lofted it over the keeper first half. He should have slotted that there. We should have been winning 3-1 by now. Who was it that slotted against us? Martinelli for Arsenal, Neil.
Yeah.
In the first minute. That's what Darwin Nunes had to do there. Slot it past the keeper. No messing.
He sort of semi-lifted it. It was at a nice little height for the keeper.
He's in.
Score. Here we go. Go on. He's in again.
Oh!
What's he doing?
Oh, no!
Honestly, Scott, get Leighton just put loads of
break the
clips
chat
together.
when it falls to Darwin. What you need to do is go, we're in again, oh, it's Darwin, and then talk about something else.
Oh, dear. Who invited Neil and Trav to this, Obi?
I don't know. This is painful. It's painful watching it on my own or with my family, and now I'm watching it with you guys. It's like compounding it.
That's a good save, to be fair.
Good save.
It was a good. He was straight on him in a second. The keeper spotted it. Look how fast he shut down the space.
Yeah, he's a good keeper.
Come on, corner to Liverpool.
Go on, keep it in.
Go on. Oh!
Is that Darwin again?
Scotty, are you trying to defend Nunes on that one-on-one situation? Nah, look how quick the keeper's on him.
Nah, the keeper done well, to be fair. It's cutting Nunes some slack.
I tell you what, the keeper done well there because that could have sneaked in.
Yeah, just in the front post.
Right, just jumping in the comments. Luca AFC, hi Luca, how you doing, mate? Thanks for the support, mate. Smash them likes. How many likes we got? I don't know if my screen updates or not. It says there's only 2. Evan's still there, and my daughter Pixie. Hi Pixie, you okay? Come on, up the Reds. Come on.
Liverpool in. Corner. 20 to go. Can you see yourselves, Nick? See Liverpool nicking it, boys?
Nicking it. Come on, that's a disrespect. Come on.
Smash and grab.
To be fair, if they took Nunes off for Milner, they might have a chance.
Go on.
Yeah.
Be careful, Joe. Be careful, Joe.
So, right, so from the corner, we went back to the keeper. That's good.
Liverpool third most goals from set pieces this season. Is it going to be a set piece that gets them out of trouble here?
Maybe.
I'll take anything right now, to be honest. I will take anything.
Yeah, before the World Cup, you've just got to get the wins. Like, I know the performances are important, but if you're not going to play well, at least get the 3 points. Do you know what I mean? It's the consolation that you're looking for at the moment because you can't switch form on and off. You literally can't. Like, it's going to take it's a gradual process, get players back fit and start getting the performances improved that way. But I'll be honest, you're not playing well at the moment.
No, we're not.
The Liverpool of old just ripped Leeds apart, really, to be fair, but I just don't know what's going on this season. It's been a mad start to the season.
On, Mo.
For you,
really. Go on, Jones. What are you?
Oh!
Is that Darwin again?
No, Mo.
I'm going to say that every time.
Mo Salah.
Just in the comments, Oscar is in there. Dad, stop going mental. Pixie and Evan are laughing emojis.
Funny.
Come on, Liverpool. 20 minutes left. This is our maiden stream on the channel. Come on. We've got to be getting the 3 points here. Give us something good to talk about. We'll stay on for 20 minutes after the game, I'm sure. Unless it's one each and we'll just be logging off. Control-Alt-Delete. Off.
Going back to a comment you said earlier, Scotty, when you were talking about who's your favourite Liverpool player. So, who for you has performed for Liverpool this season? You know, what have you played? 15 games in all competitions. Who do you think actually, do you know what, they look like the player they've been over the past couple of years? Is there anyone who thought, well, the rest of the team aren't doing them justice?
Yeah, well, over the last couple of years, as you mentioned earlier, Alisson has been top draw. And then you can't say the last couple of years because he's only been here 6 months or coming up for a year now. But Luis Diaz was fantastic. So, yeah, Luis Diaz and Alisson are the only ones that could really hold their head up high. I'll probably chuck Robertson in there as well, to be honest, at left back. I know he was out for a month with an injury, but Robertson's not done too bad. But other than that, it's been a bit start-stop.
I think Van Dijk's been back to his best. I think he had a little bit of wobble for a couple of games early on in the season, but I still think he's quality. Alisson, I'd put Salah in there because ultimately he's scoring goals. And I know people go, his contribution isn't amazing all the time, but the guy's a machine. He really is a world-class player, and he scores big goals, like we said earlier on. I think the biggest problem we've got a number of players like Fabinho and probably Henderson, and Trent, who have dropped off a bit, and I think that's where we're paying the price. And they're just not quite the players that they have been over the past couple of years, and we're seeing that in some of the performances and just in everything that they're doing. I mean, the first touches aren't as sharp, and their ability to understand what's going on in the game and their pace and their intensity. Just not there. So I would chuck Salah into one of the guys that's doing the business.
Definitely the last couple of weeks.
Trav, how big do you think Mane is this season? How big?
Come on, Jones. What was that?
Where do I start with Mane, man?
Wept.
Like, he was the. Hang on.
But he's not pulling up trees at Bayern.
He pulled up trees for you, though. Like, literally, he was the guy that... He was a massive game player for you. And I think everyone talks about him setting the press and things like that. But for me, it was just his overall demeanour and attitude, his arrogance on the pitch. I think he sort of set the tone in terms of the mentality that you were looking for. Obviously, from a technical standpoint, his finishing, his big game goals, that was all there. But I just think...
Go on, Mo. Oh, my God.
Rest.
Jesus Christ.
No, he plays for Arsenal.
So one-footed at times.
What was that?
Yeah, I just think what Mane offered in terms of his intensity, his attitude, everything, you're missing that massively. And it was one of those where if Salah didn't do it, you knew Mane would. It was one of the two. They were just like a double act. And if one of them was off it, you just knew the other one would deliver. And you haven't got that this season. And Salah, for me, has been a little bit stop-start. He's not quite hit the heights that he normally hits. And without Mane now, and with Núñez trying to settle, I think overall your midfield's killed you the most, though, because they're the midfield was the thing that gave you that base in terms of the solidarity. I don't think you had any world beaters in there besides Thiago, but in terms of what they did protecting the back four and keeping things moving, I just think your midfield this year has just been chopping and changing, and it hasn't given you any solidarity at all.
Yeah,
and you're seeing that now. The ball given away, Leeds on the counter-attack again.
Talking of smashing grabs, Trav, I can see them nicking this. I really can.
The nerves are starting to kick in.
I can see it going 2-1 Leeds.
Getting agitated.
82 minutes, something like that, and our ass is dropping out.
Scotty.
Yesy.
Although Mane isn't pulling up trees, do you think Liverpool could have done with his 11 goals and 4 assists he's got this season?
Who's that?
Just Mane. You think Liverpool could do with the 11 goals and 4 assists he's got this season?
See, I would have Mane back in a shot, and I'd give him Salah's 300k a week as well. I'd have him back. I wish he never left. I don't know. Is he doing that bad at Bayern? I don't know if they're expecting.
No, he's not doing that bad.
He's
got 11 goals and 4 assists. That's what he's got. So
in 15 games? 15 so yeah, games. Not a bad return. If they think he's not,
rewind 6 months. You're in the same predicament. You got Salah and Mane. You keep one. What would you have done?
Keep Salah.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue any different. I think as good as Mane is, and he was for us, I think he wanted the money. We could only probably, under the way we managed the club, afford to pay for one from a wage perspective, and the club chose Salah, and I think that was a good call.
Go on, Salah.
Do you think it was an easy decision for the club?
I don't think it was easy, because I think it fell down to Klopp at the end of the day. And I think Klopp was asked the question. He had to choose between two players that transformed Liverpool's fortunes. So I don't think it was easy, but I think that Mane probably wanted away.
Did he want away though, Obi, or did he just want the 350k a week he's getting at Bayern? If we'd have given that contract, do you think he'd have stayed?
I don't know, because I think Bayern would have offered more. I really think it would have just been a case of we'd have got ourselves into a bidding war.
I think Salah's definitely more of a selfish player than Mane. Mane's more of a team player. I don't think he felt the love that he felt he deserved in that sense. So it was a difficult one. Like you said, I agree with you in terms of the club's decision. It was a difficult one, who you stick or twist with, who you give the money to. But Salah's definitely more of a striker type, more of a selfish. And I think Mane did a lot more for the team in that sense. And that's why they were so good together. But it was always going to be difficult to replace Mane. But other components of your team just seem to be falling apart every week. And I don't know how you're going to sort it. From the outside looking in, to me, when you get all your injuries back, I don't think that just automatically sorts it.
Wow.
Gents.
That's more like it, Nunes. Jesus.
Good.
Yeah, just gone on to Mane and Salah. I don't know how much of a bearing this would have had, Obi. You might be able to comment more than me, but do you think the fact that Sadio Mane never had a song from the Kop, do you think that had any bearing on his... Did he think he didn't feel as loved as Salah?
I don't know. He did have a sort of a song, didn't he? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was that or whether it was just... I mean, he was well loved. He was well loved amongst the supporters. Yeah.
I'll sing a song for Darwin Nunes if he scores the winner here.
Turn it off again.
It'd be nice to see Nunes get one on target.
Go on. Go on.
The pressure's coming now, isn't it? Liverpool
you're
they're
turning it up. Turning it up last 10.
Yeah, but that's when we'll get caught on the break like this.
This is like Patrick Bamford's going to be clean through here if we're not careful.
Oh, my God. Awful touch. Stand up.
Thank goodness.
Stand up. Oh,
what?
Jesus.
Oh, Bamford, man.
My God.
Bamford, if you just control that, you score 100%.
Awful first touch. We got off the hook. We got off the hook there. Better first touch, and we are.
Better first touch, and he's in.
We're done.
But you can see that coming about.
Awful touch.
That's terrible, isn't it?
Oh, we've got off the hook. We've got off the hook big time. That's what I was saying. This counter attack is going to cost us. It's going to cost us.
think Liverpool will probably take the one each at the minute. That's quite a good point. Keeps them away from Bournemouth.
Oh, that's a shocking touch from Bamford.
Oh, Jesus.
I love the time delays that are going on. He's got to live in the horrible live,
man.
the horrible live moment, and then a little bit afterwards, Trav's going, "Oh, what's going on there?" And then Neil's going about a minute later, "What was that?
What was Darwin doing there?"
I'll be honest, I didn't know Núñez was playing up top for Leeds. Not bad. No, but you can feel Liverpool. They're bringing the pressure now. You know, I think they're going to get a couple of chances. Can they take one of them? They hope they fall to the right person.
There's only 10 minutes left, though.
Who did Milner come on
haven't
for?
got that great pace on the break. That, you know, Bamford isn't going to get away from the centre halves, is he?
Trent's come off. So Milner at right back.
Do you think if Liverpool do fail to get in the top 4 this season, do you think at the start of next season they'll start to review Klopp's position?
No.
No.
No, I think they'll start to review the 5 million net spend. I think, right, enough's enough. Here's 100 million.
We spent 100 million this summer again. Enough's enough. we bought the best striker in Europe.
Listen, we might have spent 85 million on Darwin Núñez, but we got rid of Mane, Taki Minamino, Origi. I'd love Origi to come on right now. He'd get the winner.
Taki Minamino and Origi.
These are quality squad players. Nico Williams. Nico Williams could do a job at right back at the minute with what we're going through, what Trent's going through.
Quality.
When do you start looking?
Go on, James.
Like, when do Liverpool start looking at Klopp's position?
Trav,
then? Like,
never.
Do you
Oh!
I tell you what, this keeper's done well today.
Oh.
The chances are coming now, aren't they, boys?
I can't believe Klopp's just invincible to the fans. I just don't. I don't know how a manager can ever be invincible. That's mad.
I know I have to cast you boys' minds back a little while, but when you've had a lot of success, that's what happens. They get a bit of time, and it's something that probably you guys don't understand, or you haven't remembered. It's been a while.
This drop off is nothing to do with Jurgen Klopp. We've shown what we can do with £20 million net spend every year. Do you know what I mean? We're winning leagues. European Cups.
You put plural on league there.
Who's that on the floor? What's that?
We're winning league.
Leagues.
Put an S on the end.
1 Premier, 1 Champions. But yeah, look, it's simple as in. If we're not going to spend some money in the next summer and probably the summer after, and the midfield needs a whole new overhaul, Klopp should leave. That's what I think. He should. Instead of him being pushed, he should leave. I've took this team as far as I can, the club as far as I can, with a net spend of 5 million. It's not fair on him. I wouldn't blame him if he left.
The only thing I'd say is, so we talk about Klopp not being at the club anymore. What's the next step? Where's the upgrade? How do you upgrade from that?
I don't necessarily think you can say like for like a particular manager is definitely going to go in and upgrade the situation. I think sometimes you just need a fresh face. Like, I think everything has a shelf life, and I think Klopp's been there quite a long time. It's not that he's not a good manager. That's not what I'm trying to say. But like, for example, with the Chelsea situation, I know they didn't win the league, but there was no real reason to go and sack Tuchel. They had a few dodgy results, but when you think about it, they've just gone and got a new manager. I don't know what sort of vision they've got, Chelsea, but it's just an example of what I'm trying to give. Like, do Liverpool, not necessarily all of this group of players, I'm just posing the question, this isn't me bantering, I'm just saying, do you think maybe it's time for a new idea, a fresh face? Because, well, yeah, I mean, you're backing Klopp, which is good. Do you know what I mean?
No,
I think
you talk about shelf life there, Trav. And we've already gone over it in a couple of other streams. This team has seen its shelf life. We need the squad refreshed. It really is as simple as that. And we're going to be put in a position where we've got no choice but to, with Oxlade-Chamberlain leaving, Milner leaving, Keita leaving. Firmino might leave, and there's talk of him
You've got to
dropping
think.
more
You've got to think from Klopp's
midfield.
perspective as well. I know he's just signed a contract, but you've got to think from the manager's perspective. Does he want to rebuild a new team? Do you know what I mean? Is that actually what he wants to do? Because from what you're saying is that you definitely need about 5 or 6 by the sounds of it, including squad players to go straight into the team. Does he want that challenge again? That's what you've got to ask yourself as a Liverpool fan, as honest as you are.
Go on. Come on, Mo.
He's a great manager, but everyone sometimes wants a new challenge. I mean, this will be his 8th season next year, won't it?
Yeah.
Will it be his 8th season?
At the end of his contract. Go on,
Mo.
Oh, good save.
Oh, so unlucky there.
Unlucky.
That's all right. He's taking the corner.
Yeah, it'll be 10 years of Jurgen Klopp at the end of his contract. Quick corner.
10 years. That's a long time in modern day football management at any club, even if you're winning stuff all the time.
But again, if you're going to be there 10 years, you need 2 teams, don't you?
Yeah.
And he needs to build his second team.
It's going to be interesting.
Coming from Liverpool in this game, sorry to interrupt, boys, but Liverpool look like, I mean, that Bamford chance looks like it could be the last one for Leeds. Liverpool are piling it on now. There's actually a bit of sound in Anfield. So the Klopp's trying to suck the ball in. You can almost feel it coming. Leeds are getting a bit
You scored really late against, was it Newcastle at home when you scored on that?
It was massive, yeah.
Could have been one of those again.
Oh, Carvalho, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You just want one of those again, don't you, really?
It was massive against Ajax, wasn't it? In the last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few times this season.
But you can feel the pressure building. Leeds are dropping, aren't they? They're getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah, getting deeper now.
They're looking...
Go on, Virgil. Oh.
Calls a handball. Nice ball, Joe. That's lovely. Get in!
Go on.
Oh. Leeds are just hacking it anywhere now.
Yeah, they just want it out. They want the final whistle.
So it's a lot of minutes, though, if you put injury time on. It's 87 minutes.
Yeah, that was that head injury as well.
Probably going to be about 5 minutes added on. Probably about 8 minutes left.
Corner. Another corner.
Looking at Liverpool, I mean, the refs just keep playing the clock for Liverpool, don't they? So they'll just go until Liverpool score. They love that, don't they? And remember the Arsenal, 3 minutes added on, they were still playing at the 99th.
Yergi time. It used to be Fergie time. Come on, Virgil, get your head on this.
Tense moments, boys.
Really
tense moments.
Go on, Hendo.
You can feel it building, though, can't you? The pressure's
Yeah. Can Leeds resist?
Back across.
Go on.
Oh!
Oh, Bobby.
Should he score?
It was a good header, but...
Bravo. Bobby! Oh, it's a good save.
He probably should have
He got down well. Because that was close to his feet. That's a top save.
Yeah, that is a good save. I mean, this Liverpool performance really reminds me of, a Sam Allardyce, when he was at Bolton, just really hanging in there with the team and then looking to go for it last 5. Trying to nick one on the counter. Sean Dyche, that kind of football we're looking at.
Oh, what's he doing there? Oh.
We're going to try and suck them in and then counter them.
Yeah. A lead goal would just break hearts, wouldn't it, man?
Just not sticking with Bamford since he's come on, is it? He can't get a hold of the ball. He just needs to be getting it down, helping his...
Oh, he might now.
No.
He might now. No. Oh, my God. They've scored. Oh, no.
What? No.
Oh, no.
It's brilliant. First live, it's beautiful.
What a finish! He just tucked it. The shirt's off. The guns are out. Boom.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what's red
on the pitch.
Got space on his shirt. What's red on you, man?
Honestly, Trav, there's some people on the pitch. They think it's all over.
It is now.
No, honestly. The only person I can't see, Jesse, isn't marching on.
Oh, you knew as soon as
Boys,
you took that.
You just
Hang on.
Hang on.
I think it's hit Bamford's hand.
You think it's a VAR, don't you? They could be
No,
wrong
Oh, you
again.
no, it
joking.
hasn't. It hasn't.
Uh,
No, it
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I mean,
Do you
again,
boys just want to get out the live now? We're giving you that opportunity. It's up to you boys. Me and Neil will just run it.
hasn't. That's Van Dijk's unbeaten Anfield come to an end, Obi.
Oh yeah, the Van Dijk unbeaten at Anfield Cup, that's gone as well this season.
There's fireworks going on outside my house. So it surely can't be for Leeds. Come on.
It is,
It is, mate.
Give me a break.
I can't believe it.
yeah.
Leeds just need to put everyone on the goal line now.
Didn't Mark Viduka move in near Scotty recently? Setting off fireworks. Him and Harry Kewell.
Oh, I can't
Pools
believe
are,
this.
pools are just so vulnerable, man. Anyone can go there and get a result now.
We're rubbish. We're rubbish. Listen. Forget about it. We are rubbish. We are absolutely toothless up front. We're rubbish. Simple as that. Bring back Sadio Mane. Bring back Luis Diaz, Jota. We are just huff and puff.
Roy Evans, Jason McAteer, Stig Björneby,
Let's dig Björneby back. That's what you
Sammy
need.
Huffier.
I know seriousness. If you had Vladimir Schmitzer, you could have had a chance.
What? No. Genuinely, there needs to be an inquest after this game. I've had enough. Even as a Man U fan, I've had an absolute enough with what I'm seeing of this.
Trav, I
What
don't know
is
if you
going
remember
on?
I don't know if you remember in the last poddy that I said, you know, if Liverpool had a good result this weekend, they could go from 8th to 8th, you know, but they've actually gone from 8th to 9th. Duking it out with Palace on goal difference.
OB, you haven't said anything for about 2 minutes. Say something. Just show me a sign of life.
My
I mean, that's Arsenal 12 points clear of Liverpool. They win tomorrow. They could be sitting far off them. 15 points clear.
Leeds are absolute fodder as well. This is the thing. Like, they should not. I don't know, man. If you boys are just clinging on to hope, like when these injuries come back, you're just going to be fine. I just can't see it, mate.
I've thrown in the towel now. Top 4 is gone, Obi. Top 4 is like so far gone. We'd need to win 10 games in a row now to get top 4. Ain't gonna happen. We can't even win.
You're not playing well enough. You're not playing well enough. Nah.
If Arsenal win tomorrow, you could be 15 points off.
Off what though?
And
Top 4.
That's only Arsenal, isn't it? It's not like it's the team that are going to win the league. So.
But even
That's even worse for you.
You look at City, you're 13 points off City now. You're 10 points off Tottenham. You're 8 points.
We're closer to relegation, surely. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
5 points. 5 points off relegation. 8 points off 4th.
Such a bad goal to concede as well. Like, what? Why doesn't Van Dijk stick his leg out? I don't get that.
As soon as it popped into Bamford, you knew we were in trouble here. But Van
He's been quite arrogant.
Van Dijk staggered a bit a minute before that, and he wasn't comfortable. And I told you, I said it 15 minutes ago.
Who is that little guy who's playing for Leeds? Because he's caused us absolute chaos.
Yeah, the little guy on the left.
That little 29. I don't even know who he is.
Rafinha, didn't he? When Rafinha went off to
I thought
Barca.
Spain,
I thought he must be a defensive player, but he seems to create quite a lot and caused us a few
You'd
problems.
take a point now, wouldn't you, boys?
Yeah,
of course we would. Of course we would, but we don't deserve it. We don't deserve it. We huff and we puff, but there's nothing there.
Go on. Come on, Mo.
They just double up on Mo. No one marks Nunes. There's no point.
You know who marks Nunes?
I just want this to continue. Keep playing Nunes up top. Keep shanking it wide every time he gets it. I'm going to get myself a glass of red in a minute to celebrate because it's just beautiful to see, mate. It really is.
Come on.
I tell you what, there's been some... that's rubbish, Hendo. There's been some results this season, OB. This is rock bottom for me. Like, rock bottom. I was confident away to Forest. because Forest were bottom, and I thought, surely, come on. And I looked at the fixtures we had leading up to this World Cup break, but this one at home to Leeds, what did I say, 4-0 on the podcast Thursday night? This is rock bottom. This squad needs an overhaul, an absolute overhaul. This patched up midfield every week. Who's fit today? Grab a shirt. You'll be anchoring the midfield. It just...
I don't know if I don't
it's
even
a
remember
mess.
back to the podcast during the week, Scott. I said the way Liverpool are at the moment, even when they're winning games, if they go a goal down, they're in trouble. The team's all over the place, and it showed again today. They went a goal down, and they were all over the place for the majority of the game. It's just synonymous of how they're playing. Núñez kind of epitomizes everything that's happening at the moment. Looks promising in moments, but like I said, the red arrows haven't come. It's not been like it's been back to the wall, smashing.
No, it's not back to the wall stuff. It's not at all. The Liverpool have got big problems because, like you said, keep them going through in Europe as well. In a weird way, makes it a little bit worse because they just got more games totting up,
Come on, we need this.
Núñez has been shocking
We need
tonight.
something.
Let's be honest. Núñez has
We
been
need something.
shocking. He should have cushioned it over the keeper first half, and he should have slotted it like Martinelli did against us for Arsenal a couple of weeks ago.
There's not the same intensity, spirit. It's like the never say die attitude. Everyone fighting for each other. Like me watching it as a United fan, even I'm just looking and it's just like you're just an absolute shadow of what you normally are.
To be fair, the only person who's never saying die on here is the ref. Just don't want to blow.
I know. Any chance?
But there's that head injury, wasn't there? And
yeah.
But he's only given 5 minutes.
Oh, the keeper's gone full Jordan Pickford, rolling about on the floor. Oh.
Okay. Keepers? Yeah.
What were the odds on this? My phone's on fire. Loads of people pick Liverpool in last man standing.
That's good.
It's a last man standing massacre.
oh my goodness, we just give away a corner. That's it. It's done. Got to be done.
Full time, done.
Unbelievable. Absolutely shocking. I don't even know how to analyse that. I've been quiet for about 5 minutes.
That's has been
Absolutely
beat.
fuming.
That's has been beat OB by the two bottom sides.
Anyway, can we get the popcorn ready for Klopp's press conference? I just hope the journalist has got some good questions lined up. Really sends us through.
Jesse Marsch going wild, mate. He's loving it.
Who's turned the volume up? Turn your volume back down. It's all coming in the pod there.
That was harsh.
It was an accident.
Oh,
It was an
right.
accident.
I've got nothing to say. I've got nothing to say. I've got nothing to talk about. I can't handle that.
No, it's bad, isn't it? It's really bad.
It's bad. It is. It's bad times for Liverpool at the moment.
We're in 9th place.
16 points.
16 points.
13 points off the top of the league. 7 points off the bottom of the league.
Top 4 is gone. Like, gone.
Yeah.
And what this will mean for the summer transfer window, I can't even tell you, because you need Champions League football to keep
I don't even think
going.
it'll be this summer. I don't even think it'll be the summer transfer window. I think it's January.
What you
I
think we'll
at
go?
that point.
You think we'll go in
We're gonna have
January?
to. We're going to have to.
Yeah, I mean, earlier on in the podcast, before you came on in the first half, I was saying to Scotty, it could be a perfect storm for Liverpool, because if you don't make top 4 whilst the club's in transition and you're looking to bring players in, you might have to go in January, is what I said in the first half. I feel that you almost need a little bit of a panic buy, get some players in.
Right, I need to go. I can't handle this.
Obi's going.
I'm done.
Go and gather your thoughts, Obi, mate. Go and gather your thoughts. Get ready for the next one, mate.
It's going to take me a couple of days, boys.
Godspeed, Obi. Thanks for joining us.
All right, cheers.
Take care, Obi, mate.
Bye.
And then there were 3.
One down, one to go.
Somebody in this chat,
out of here, mate.
somebody in this chat's outnumbered, and I don't know who it is.
That's what lives can do to people, mate. They can make it or break you. And
I feel like being left in this chat with you two, I know what it's like to be at my own funeral. At least I know who's turned up and who's ready to say a few words.
Tough night, Scotty.
I just cannot believe that I've been begging you two to do a poddy for about 3 years now. And we've finally got it off the ground when pools are absolute dog food.
Honestly.
I mean, we're rubbish. We are absolutely rubbish.
As Tommy
Nothing
Cooper
flows.
said, timing is everything. And me and Trav timed this podcast.
What's going on, Scotty? Honestly, like Scotty, like this.
How you feeling about your comments, Trav? Because I just want to bring up a couple from midweek where Scotty said, "I've looked for the first name on the team sheet, Nunes. When I see him, I'm buzzing. If he played against Forest, we win." He bigged him up before the game. He was excited. He was in there. You've got to watch him for 90 minutes. For me, he was lethargic. There was no energy. He was just sort of standing in between the two centre halves. There was no movement. He wasn't dropping off to get the ball. He wasn't going in behind.
Yeah.
He had a couple of real clear-cut chances. He should have taken both of them, particularly the first one where he stood on the ball. Didn't influence the game either as a direct threat or, within play. Like, what's your feelings on him?
Nunes, in particular.
To hand out an olive branch, he should have scored 2.
Yeah.
You have to take your chances at this level. And he's well, I was going to say he'll learn the hard way. We'll learn the hard way. He didn't take the chances. And we've ended up losing the game. That chance in the first half was, for any strike on this planet, you're just cushioning it over the keeper. Cheers, easy. Thank you very much. And he fluffed it. He absolutely fluffed it. He wasn't fast enough for that second one in there where Salah put it on a plate. You've got to get off faster.
The danger you can get into is you could end up with a player like Nicola Pepe, because I remember the same thing. And this is being genuinely serious. I watched him in France. He looked phenomenal. He came to the UK, and every time he played, I had that same feeling. Pepe's playing. I feel he can do something. He's going to get into the game. He'll take these chances. He kept getting them. And as time went on, he just weren't ready for the league. Like you say, in France, you're probably getting 2, 3, 4 chances a game. He was getting 1 and 2. Like here, you need a couple of chances, goals. That's it. You could get that over 2 games.
Yeah. I think it's you look very disjointed at the minute, and like you said, there's no fluidity, and the games are just far too open. Normally, Liverpool control games from start to finish. Even away from home, you're normally in control of games. You're just giving teams, you're just inviting them on too much, giving them too much confidence and impetus. And that, I think that comes from players making individual mistakes. I mean, after 3 minutes, Joe Gomez passes it straight to the striker. Do you know what I mean? It's not a foundation for a team without any confidence to build on. I think if you conceded in the first 10 minutes of games, like you are in a lot of games this season, you're not going to get on good positive runs of results. And I think, for me, personally, from what I can see, this is going to continue. I can't really see it stopping at any time. Obviously, the World Cup's coming, and I think it's coming at a perfect time. I think you just need a break. Liverpool massively need a break. We keep mentioning it, but I think it's going to come at the perfect time for Liverpool to sort of regroup, because you're struggling at the moment. Struggling with the individual mistakes, struggling as a team, you just look disjointed. And something feels off watching it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know whether it's something to do with the manager, the players, the relationship between the two, even the crowd. Like normally the Anfield crowd is just sucking the ball in the net. Like you said, they're just behind the team so much. Between now and January.
Yeah, I'm gutted the World Cup's coming for Liverpool, to be honest, because the longer this went on, if they had another 10 games in a row, I could see them picking up a couple of wins, that's it, and actually really badly getting humiliated, which would be really enjoyable as a non-Liverpool fan. I don't know if you remember, Scotty said, I can't remember what game it was, but he said we've got 5 games up to the World Cup, and I expect to win all 5. Be back in the top 4 by the time we go to the World Cup. I've got it in the chat. I can share it on the next stream. And I think he was being serious, because if you looked at the games,
of course I was being serious.
The games he had, you've got Leeds at home.
Yeah, listen, if we're not being Leeds and Forest, we've got Spurs, and then I think we end with Southampton. We've got to be beating Southampton. If you're not got
Spurs
ambition,
next?
Spurs away next, that's going to be our loss, let's be honest. And then I'm sure it's Southampton. So, yeah, we could have and should have been comfy in top 4 by now, but top 4 is gone. And then, I know you will laugh, but the big reset of the World Cup is going to be like 2 mini seasons.
Top 4 is really competitive this year, though. You can't disregard that fact. It really is. Yeah, like Newcastle, Brighton, teams like that, Fulham even. That I know they've had a couple of dodgy results in the last game, but apart from Man City and Arsenal, for me, I can't call the other 2 spots. I really can't. I think we're on very good form at the moment, and Chelsea were until today, so they're winning games. Newcastle are on unbelievable form, and then you've got Brighton as well who are winning games. So it's tough, and it is tough. And like you said, it's not, no game is a given in this league anymore. Absolutely no fixtures at all. You can't say anything's a banker.
Yeah.
So
there's no cannon fodder this season, is there?
No.
I mean, Leeds and Forest should be it. They're both just patting Liverpool up. But I don't think there's going to be anyone cut adrift bottom of the league by 10 points. It could go down the last couple of games. All 3 that get relegated.
Easily.
Oh, I don't know what to say. I'm going to probably go and spend the rest of the evening with my wife, someone that loves me and doesn't let me down like Liverpool do, so...
Oh, no.
Just on the World Cup. The World Cup final is on December the 18th, and then we come back Boxing Day. Playing in the So there's no...
There's no rest of the wicked, is there?
Break. There's no... Players back, the teams are back. I know obviously
straight in
go out a little bit earlier, in the group stages or as soon as they get to the knockout stages, but it's literally
well, you say that, but there's only going to be 2 teams in the final, isn't there? So everyone else will be back at home, getting back to normality. So
you don't know who's in that, which of your players are in that spot. So you think of your key players, Scott, at the moment, Alisson, could he be all the way to the final for Brazil? Could he be picking up a lot? Could he come back to the team? Could some of your key players be going quite deep in the competition? And actually, they're only coming back for a week or 2, and then you're coming back straight into training. It's not. There's no holiday after the World Cup. Straight back, fitness tests.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit crazy, isn't it? Unprecedented, as we always say, since COVID.
Behind closed doors friendly, and then you're back into it, and then the January window's open, and people are going to be scrambling around. But then could it be that you're looking at players that to buy in January that picked up knocks in the World Cup? So it's, we've got this target, but then they're injured.
I wish I shared, sorry, Trav, let me just quickly say, I wish I shared Obi's optimism. We're not going to be splashing 50, 60, 70 million in January.
No.
We're hoping. No. We're pissing it in the wind.
I don't think... The thing is for Liverpool as well, is that I don't think teams are having to play out the skin to beat you. Like sometimes it's like a one-off game.
Today, to be honest, you're right there, Trav. They didn't do much for both goals, really.
No, I don't think so. Like even Forest, they were organised, but they weren't like... It wasn't like the game of their lives. And the same with Leeds today. They weren't like people heading it off the line and all backs to the wall getting pumped and then they've just nicked it. It was just
comfy.
It was comfortable. It was really comfortable. That's another worrying thing as well. But like the stats, I'm just looking at the statistics now. It's saying 22 shots, 10 on target. You had some good chances and you should have taken more of your chances. Yeah, but Leeds again, equivalent. They hit the bar in the first half. I read so. Yeah. It pretty even game, really. Like possession 69%. You had a lot of the ball, but you weren't really hurting them majorly. So yeah, and like you said, straight into Spurs next week. And you thought after the Man City result, it would really revitalise Liverpool. To be fair, like you'd go and kick on now, huge result at home, clean sheet. Then you kept another clean sheet, and you thought, right, this is the start. of something where you were going to get back to your best, but it's just been up and down, and
We didn't deserve to beat West Ham though.
No.
They got the penalty. They should have went one each. They had chances in the second half. We were holding on in the end. Man City result was a fluke. It was a false dawn. Honestly, I'm speechless. You got to win your home games, and that's top four. It really is gone now. Virgil van Dijk's lost his 72 game record, I think it is, and it's not going to get much better from here. But yeah, I don't know about your two clubs. You're going
West
good
Ham
guns
at home tomorrow.
Yeah, going good guns at the minute. But yeah, we need this World Cup mini break reset. Like you wouldn't believe.
We've got to win tomorrow. It's huge now. Liverpool and Chelsea have lost. So for us to like create some daylight, not daylight between Chelsea necessarily, but definitely Liverpool, I think we can stretch the lead over them for the top four. We can put ourselves really in the thick of it. Newcastle going great guns, but we've got a couple of games in hand. I know we've got a couple of games in hand over Spurs as well. So I think if we win both of those, we can go level on points with Spurs or maybe a point ahead. So tomorrow's got significance on it tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's a big Sunday tomorrow for all three clubs really, because Liverpool, I'm sure, don't want Arsenal and United winning, particularly United stretching away from them. You know, it's a good opportunity for Arsenal with Liverpool dropping again. Obviously, they're still were classed as a top four contender with Chelsea dropping it again. You know, Man City scraped by yesterday. Keep the pressure building on them. So it's a big 2:00 kickoff tomorrow, home to Forest.
I'm just looking in the comments. We've got an Arthur Bushby. Hello, Arthur. I take it you're a Leeds fan. Welcome to the stream. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, my friend. Leeds United, well happy, marching on together, all over Liverpool. Yes, yes, yes. Congratulations on the win. I don't know if you were watching 5 minutes ago, but we were all just saying I think Leeds deserved it. Fair play to them. Game plan, execution, soaked up the pressure, hit us on the break, which we did, as said, on 75 minutes. I can see this going 2-1 Leeds. And true to Liverpool's form at the minute, it couldn't have gone much worse. What an awful end to the game.
I mean, we talk about it and we have banter and stuff and our tease and we all tease and giggle and stuff, but football, it's great because it just brings people together. I mean, you've got fans coming in, that must have made the Leeds fans' weekend just to go away to Anfield and pick up 3 points. It must be beyond their wildest dreams, you know what I mean? Because Leeds are a big club who have gone down to the Championship, lost a lot of players over the last 10 years, but I've always regarded them as a Premier League team, always produced good young players.
Yeah, they're massive, aren't they?
They're a massive club,
Arthur, let us know in the comments, do you think this is going to be a springboard for Leeds? Are Leeds going to stay up? And is Jesse Marsch going to keep his job, get a bit of a vote of confidence now? Let us know in the comments. But
I'll tell you that, it's a massive result for Jesse Marsch. I mean, you can see his celebration when it went 2-1. I think even the draw would have been a huge result for him, confidence for Leeds. But there was pressure building on him. Obviously, Gerrard got the sack, and he was all sort of next in the firing line. But this is a huge result. And like I said, we got through against Leeds away, 1-0. But you know, they could have and probably should have got something out of that game. Bamford had a goal ruled out, you know, for handball or being overly aggressive with Gabriel, which should have stood. Obviously missed a penalty. So yeah, it's a huge result for Jesse Marsch.
Well, the press were going in on him a bit, weren't they? On his press conference on, was it Thursday? He kept saying the word tired. I'm tired of conceding. I'm tired of... So obviously they jumped on it. You know, when you're a manager under pressure, you don't want to be saying you're tired. That comes across to the players. That was just a play on word. He was just basically saying, I'm fed up. He didn't need to use the word tired, but they jumped on it as these lazy pundits do. It was probably Jamie O'Hara or Tim Sherwood.
I'm just watching the second goal again. It's a good finish.
It is a good finish. It's a great finish.
All comes to him. He hits it. He takes it so early that Alisson's got no chance to set himself.
No. And that just a little touch away from the defender to set himself was brilliant because it was bouncing. It was half on the bounce, and he's like sort of flicked it away from the defender, and he sort of toe poked it in the far corner. There's not much angle for him to aim at as well. It's a really good finish, to be honest, when I look at it again. So no, but credit to Leeds to hang in there. Like you said, the onslaught sort of came with 10 minutes to go, and you thought if there was going to be a winner, it would probably be Liverpool to nick it. But then to go right down the other end and just get a result like that, it's dream stuff for Leeds.
It was as soon as Patrick Bamford took that touch, it took it away from Van Dijk, and then it was we were in trouble from that moment. We've got some more comments coming through. No Champions League football for Liverpool next season. Yaka 4. Welcome to the stream, mate. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, I agree with you. Champions League is done and dusted now. It's not like any other season where you maybe fighting with 1 or 2 for the 3rd, 4th, 5th place. There's too many teams in it now. Newcastle have upset the apple cart. Not only Newcastle, Spurs, Man United, Chelsea. It's looking, even Brighton. Why not? They're playing so well. We've got too many teams to try and outplay now. We need to win 10 games in a row after the World Cup. That isn't going to happen. Everything football, Naz, Liverpool in the Europa League next year just doesn't make sense. I agree, Naz. It's going to be a tough year next year, Thursday night football.
I'll be honest with you, I think the only reason Naz is saying it doesn't make sense is you're not looking like you're going to make Europa League, so it could be the Conference League.
Europa Conference League.
Yeah, I know.
Klopp will be getting the tattoo like Jose Mourinho, the Conference League tattoo.
Well, the Europa League is the only trophy Klopp hasn't won, so why not add it to his resume?
Didn't he get beaten in his last final in the Europa League?
He did, yeah. So we could have won that as well and added it to it. Right, my AirPods keep making noises that they're running out of battery. So I think if my AirPods run out of battery, everyone's sound would end. So we're gonna end it there. Even though we peaked there at 8 viewers, which was brilliant.
Just before we go, could I just ask you one question, Travis?
Go for it.
If Liverpool had won, would Scotty's batteries be going in his AirPods?
They'd be fully charged, mate. Ready to go.
I don't know if he's noticed me take one out and I charge one, and that must be on its last legs now. So I just put the right one in there for a bit of charge.
He'd be live through the night on his own, wouldn't he?
If we won, I'd be.
If we won, get in touch with Elon. You get in touch with Elon Musk about that.
If we won, I'd have been like that.
Right, cheers, boys. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
great day,
it's been a
good stream. Nice to see Liverpool slapped around again. On to tomorrow's games.
Thanks for joining, lads. I wish you didn't. Hang on. There's all Leeds fans flooding the chat now. Danil, MOT, marching on together. Meslier, the GOAT. Why not?
He had a great game. He had a really good game.
Really
I like him a lot.
Enjoy your night, brother. Enjoy your night because Leeds deserved it. Paddy the Baddie Bamford. All Leeds, aren't we?
Yeah, we are Leeds. I tell you, my nephew will be happy.
Leeds fans must be just putting in YouTube Liverpool versus Leeds watch along match reaction.
They're loving it. They're gonna have a good night tonight, aren't they?
My nephew will be having a good night. He's a big Leeds fan, so we'll be happy. I saw him today. Popped over for my nephew's birthday. He was apprehensive about the game. Thought they were probably going to get beat, so he'll be overjoyed tonight. So I'm happy for him.
Brilliant.
But yeah, Dino will be happy. We all know big Dino Whittington. He'll be happy. Big Leeds fan.
Yeah. Paddy the Baddie Bamford. Oh yes, we are. We're here to infect the internet. We're all tuning in.
Tell you what, they infected Liverpool tonight.
Like a virus, they went through us. Paddy the Baddie, do you think you've got enough to stay up? Let us know in the comments before we log off. But yeah, fair play. Jesse Marsch it wasn't a meltdown. He was just basically saying we're playing well at times, we're not getting our rewards, and he's tired of not getting his rewards, and they've got it tonight. Fair play. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is on there now. Graham Souness has got a face like thunder. Jimmy's ex-Leeds, of course, so fair play. And Football Ferreira is back on. Big up, people. Shocking season, my boys. This is the season that everyone is happy to play against Liverpool. You're right, Jose. They're queuing up to play against us now.
Everybody wants to get their fixtures in before the World Cup, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Before the big reset. Paddy the Baddie, I don't know. We're a roller coaster club, but we have a laugh, don't we? I'm not laughing tonight, Paddy the Baddie, but Liverpool are a roller coaster. Beat Man City and then get beat by Forest and it can't get much more roller coaster than that, can it? Forest and Leeds both bottom of the league, and we get beat by them, and then we beat Man City. This is the Premier League. It makes no sense, but that's why we all love it.
Yeah.
Liverpool are like that ride at Alton Towers, Oblivion. They took that short tip to the top with Man City, and the rest of that ride is just down. There's nothing else to Oblivion. It just goes down. There's no more up.
Yeah.
Full live chat. Yes, people. 15 people watching. Football Ferreira. Does that mean 15 people are watching right now?
It does.
It's just gone up to 8. Smash the likes and subscribe. Yes, you're right. Thanks, Football Ferreira. Anyone else that's watching, Football Ferreira is a top guy. Always watch all his streams. Give him a like and a subscribe as well. He's got some great content. I'm going to go on his show soon. I'm just watching the goal again from Salah. That seems like about 2 weeks ago now, Neil, when me and you started this stream. Jesus. Barca, 93rd minute winner, Lewandowski. Who else? Who else would it be other than Lewandowski? 16 people watching now. I take it they're all Leeds fans. Let us know in the chat.
They're flooding in. Leeds are a great watch, though, for the neutral, because they're just so fearless as well. I know they're down like near the relegation zone and stuff, but because they play so open, especially when they were under Bielsa, but under this new manager as well, they have a go. And I think that's what you have to do to survive in this league. Sometimes it can be classed as naive. But if you can get results like today, you have got a chance of staying up. I think if they had a centre forward that scored goals, I think they would definitely stay up, because I like what they do in midfield, and they've got some good individuals that can hurt teams like they showed today. So, like I said, all credit to Leeds to go to Anfield and get that result.
If they had a better centre forward, or even just a bit more pace, up top, scare teams, I think. Even someone like Adama Traore, I know he hasn't got a great end product, but just a bit more pace, stretch teams so they can get out, get up the pitch. Because you can see even today they found it difficult when they had the ball to really break through,
make it stick as well. It kept bouncing off him, and I think they put a lot of trust in Bamford. He's somebody that's had a lot of injury problems as well. I think if they do survive, whether they survive or not, but I think if they do survive more so, they need to just go out and spend a bit of money on a top class forward. I think they missed Rafinha's goals and assists from last year, and his productivity was huge for them.
Don't forget that chance that Bamford had as well on about 75 minutes. If he'd have controlled it better with his left foot,
controlled it.
He would have had us on toast earlier than the 88th minute or whatever it was.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I mean,
again, for them, I think it was a good time to score real late on, because it was such a sucker punch. Liverpool couldn't reset. It wasn't then kitchen time.
No, we were done. We were done. That knocked the stuffing out of me and Obi anyway. You two were buzzing. But Liverpool, we were done. We huffed and puffed all game. We didn't take our chances. Bamford should have scored his chance. They miscontrolled, but then he made up for it setting up. Was it Meslier that scored the goal? Was that lad that scored?
No, it's something. Oh, what was his name? Something Ville.
But yeah, he made up for it anyway. Laying on for the goal, Patrick Bamford, and I did say it when he came on.
Somerville, that's his name. Somerville, who scored. Yeah, Somerville.
I said it when Bamford come on. He'll give us problems.
Yeah.
Has he been
out?
I thought injured?
He did all right. Yeah, he's always injured, Bamford. Yeah, he's always injured, and they've tried to trust him, and he's just a little bit unreliable. He's decent, but he's just never fit for long enough. So that's why they just need to go and get a top striker who scores goals, and I think they'll be all right, Leeds, to be fair, because they're quite entertaining to watch. They're one of those sides, they're really unpredictable. You can batter them 6-0, but then they can batter you 4s and 5s as well on the day if they take the chances. So they're really, really good watch. I hope they stay up, because obviously being a United fan, we've got a huge rivalry with Leeds as well. So I love playing against Leeds, real blood and thunder games. So long may that continue. It's a great result for them.
I jinxed it again.
They can kick on now.
I jinxed it again, didn't I? On Thursday night stream, I held the form up to the camera and I said it looks like Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
And then look at it now.
The big W, the big green W.
The big green at the top. I've absolutely stitched myself up yet again.
I think you just need to stay out of predictions for a bit, because you keep getting them horribly wrong, Scotty. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what to say, but if you're not got plans and ambition to beat Leeds at home, we might as well just wrap up now and start a poddy on MMA or baseball, fishing.
Fishing poddy.
What we saying? What we saying in the glory Man United? Vamos Wilson Utaja. Wilson Travis in the live stream now. You can see the Man United top in the background. He's a Man United fan. Give us a like and subscribe,
Big game tomorrow.
Wilson, to watch Travis and his opinions a bit more. Football Ferreira, Leeds have been the worst with Wolves this season. Yeah, I agree. Everyone was saying it before this game. Leeds are in trouble. True, Rafinha was so important for them last season. He come on tonight and assists Lewandowski in the 93rd minute. What an assist.
Did he?
Doesn't get much better than that, does it?
He's a good player. Very good player. Arsenal were linked with him heavily as well, weren't they?
Yeah,
Arsenal were.
We wanted that Barca move though, didn't he?
Yeah.
What's Leeds like? What's their owner like? Have they got money to spend? Did they spend in the summer?
I think they've got as much money as any other Premier League club, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Clubs have got money to spend. Pretty much any club in the Prem could spend 100 million a season, and if they're staying up, they'll be fine.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think you finish bottom and you get 120 million, don't you?
Yeah.
The money's huge.
Yeah. I'm still a little bit skeptical as to whether they're going to stick with this manager long term. That's the thing for me. I think in terms of the project, it'll be interesting to see what direction Leeds go in, whether they're going to stick with this manager and really back his ideas and stuff, or whether they're going to go another route. But like I said, he seems brave. He seems to sort of know what he's talking about in his press conferences and stuff. And I think, like you said, when you are fighting down the bottom, I think that is probably one of the most important characteristics. You have to be brave. You have to go, because like you said, draws now are just like losses. They can be just like losses. I think you just have to go and pick up wins now, especially against those bottom sides, against the other teams, because they know they're going to lose a certain number of games in a season. So I think it's important. And these Liverpool games, they're just one-off hits, they're bonuses. They're not expected to win those games. So it's the teams in and around them, like the Bournemouths, the Wolves, the Forests and stuff. They really have to go and be brave and win a lot of those games. And I think if you can do that, you'll survive in the league.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sure I've already said it. There's quite a few people watching now. I don't know how many there is, but fair play to Leeds tonight. They hung in there right till the end. In fact, that's not doing them justice. They've done better than that. They patterned Liverpool up, and we got what we deserved in the end. We didn't take the chances. Darwin Núñez, as we said, he has some gilt-edged chances. He has to be sharper. He has to be more confident, more clinical, and it's cost us in the end. Firmino was quite quiet tonight. He didn't really bring much of a goal threat. Thiago looked good in spells, but obviously he's missed the last couple of games, so he maybe wasn't as sharp as he had to be. But
do you think at the moment with Thiago, again, and this is, serious, not having a bit of banter, but he looks good and he looks nice on the ball. He's playing so deep at the moment that he's doing nice little passes.
Can't influence it high enough.
They're going kind of either sideways or 10 yards just inside the D. It's not penetrating passes because he's not got anything going up in front of him. Núñez is, I know you talk about his movement, but he's just static in the game. He's not looking to influence it. Thiago looks nice, but there's not much else going on.
Yeah. With Núñez, I think he's still trying to find his identity in the team. Like you say, he doesn't know where he's drifting out wide. He doesn't know if he's drifting inside. When he gets a chance, he's snatching at it. He's trying to be maybe too fancy. The positive thing, like we said earlier, hand out on olive branches. He's getting the chances. He'll score a hat-trick soon. Will that give me the confidence that he'll go on a run then and score pretty much in every game? Probably not. But it'll do his confidence the world of good. But yeah, in terms of Thiago, look, he's a silky footballer. When we play well, obviously Thiago plays well, and when Thiago plays well, we play well. So when we're not playing well, it was the same. Remember when we signed him and we had all them injuries at centre back? Thiago couldn't influence the games because we were just in the mud. We were struggling so much. Yeah. But then last season when we're doing well,
the lack of trying as well. Like with Klopp, he's changed the team quite a lot. Do you know what I mean? I think it's like he's experimenting with different systems, different players and stuff, and he just can't quite get the regularity and the continuity that he's looking for with the performances. And I think, again, that is another worry for him. I don't know. I think normally when managers are struggling, they go back to type and go back to what they know best and where they got the most success. I personally think, I don't know if you've got the personnel fit, but I do genuinely believe he needs to go back to the 4-3-3. I do. I'd just play Nunes down the middle, Salah on the right, and just maybe just got to shoehorn somebody in on the left just to balance it. Maybe a Carvalho, somebody who can do that job. But you've got to get that solidarity back in midfield. You've got to start being hard to beat again and sort of go back to basics. Because if you're going to keep making individual mistakes, it happened with United when we had Maguire. No matter how well we played, Maguire would just make a mistake and we'd concede. Do you know what I mean? And it just killed us. And you're chasing a game all the time. And until you stop making those individual mistakes, like maybe Gomez comes out the next game if you've got another centre-half fit and he takes a back seat. He had a good game against Man City. Yeah, there you go.
Konate's got to
you've
come in.
You've got to do that.
I mean, obviously, Thiago's missed a couple of games. I was about to say Thiago doesn't know who he's going to be in midfield with, but neither does Fabinho, who's completely out of sorts. Fabinho was getting ragged around like an empty tracksuit tonight. He was...
Yeah.
I know you said at the start of the stream, when's he going to find his form, or is that him done? He's washed, he's declining. Based on tonight, he's done. He's washed up. And then you got Harvey Elliott, Carvalho, Henderson is in and out. I don't know where Henderson fits in anymore. Maybe he's carrying a knock, or maybe Klopp's lost a bit of confidence with him. But yeah, nothing is doing Thiago any favours. But at the same time, we're not doing him any favours. I honestly don't know where we go from here.
Does Bobby go to the World Cup? Is he getting the squad?
I think he's been more out of the squad than in it. I don't think he really gets in the squad anymore. Fabinho does, but he doesn't start, does he? Because Casemiro and Fred start. Is that right, Trav?
Yeah.
Fabinho's on the bench. With Charlison maybe back for the World Cup, so because he was really taking Jesus' spot, wasn't he, up until now? But that might mean Jesus goes. And it's one of those you kind of.
They've got Anthony, they've got Rafinha, Neymar. They've got a lot of options. Vinicius Junior. They've got.
Does Gabriel Jesus get in?
No, he don't get in.
No.
Crazy, yeah, but crazy. How much talent they've got.
It will do Liverpool a favour if Fabinho don't go. He can do a bit of soul searching, go on holiday with his missus, and probably decide if he still wants to be a footballer or not. Maybe just wrap it up and come onto the ball podcast with us.
Who plays sitting midfield if he doesn't play though?
Henderson. So that's where we are. We've never needed Declan Rice more.
Yeah,
I know we're not getting back for Declan.
Going back to you, Scott, I know you say Klopp is untouchable, but for me, as an outsider looking in on Liverpool, you could see this coming. And I know I'd said it earlier on. I think it was in the first podcast when that I did way back when the stream first started up, that I could see this coming, that Liverpool were coming to an end of an evolution, a transition was coming for the team. There needed to be a refresh, and the best managers have got rid of those players where people still felt they were almost at their peak. I think of Vieira for Arsenal. United did it a lot with players, just got rid of them just when Beckham, when he left, where you were like, oh, should they have gone? Do you think, in all seriousness, Klopp should have foreseen that actually a few need to go and this transition needed to happen a bit earlier? Because what it looks like from the outside is you've almost stumbled to this point and gone, we need a full refresh in the squad, where you haven't managed that very well. Some players should have gone earlier. Some players you should have started upsetting some of the more experienced players like Hendo, etc., on the bench, even if you didn't shift him on, not playing all the time.
Yeah,
look, all that on Klopp a bit.
Yeah, definitely. We said it in a couple of streams ago, that when Jurgen came to the club, obviously he had his own ideas of what he wanted the squad to look like, and he wasted no time shipping out Benteke, Martin Skrtel, Lucas Leiva, and that was obviously ruthless, like you have to be. But then, Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain should have left 2 years ago. Henderson should be the Milner role now, the influence in the dressing room, maybe playing 15 league games a season, but we've held on to all of them. The midfield has gone stale. Obviously, everyone talked about the front three aging together. Should they have been allowed to age together? Should it have went down the way it has with Mane leaving? Should maybe Firmino have left or Salah? I definitely think maybe Klopp hasn't been ruthless enough in forward planning, in trying to keep the team in the squad fresh to compete. But, I mentioned about Antonio Conte saying to Diego Costa, "You're not wanted next season, find a new club." I can't imagine Klopp ever doing that to we've got all the squad of good guys, in my opinion. He wouldn't have sat down to Oxlade-Chamberlain and say, you're pretty much not in my plans. He's been too nice with that. Same with Naby Keita. He brought him in.
You think that's a chink in his armour? Because you think the great manager, Roy Keane still can't get over when, the Alex Ferguson situation that happened with him, and that's 20 years later. Do you think he just doesn't have that in his... Because if you look at all the clubs, I looked at some stats on him, this period, 7 years, is when invariably he's failed. And is it because he's built such strong bonds with the players, the relationships, and that's the kind of person he is, that then he almost gets blinded by his own, by himself? He can't see. You can when you first come in and go, right, well, fresh eyes, I can stop all these players. Is there a bit of that there? Because
it could be, because obviously, we've all seen him on the pitch hugging all his players. He's obviously got a strong bond with all of them. They're not just employees. They're almost like the club is like a family, of course. But hindsight is easy, but we can all agree it's gone stale. Someone is accountable for that. Someone. Yeah. Is it the owners? Again, we've touched on it. Is it pretty much I can't get rid of them because let's say I get 15 million for Oxlade-Chamberlain. 15 million's not going to do nothing. So I might as well keep a half-fit Oxlade-Chamberlain till the end of his contract because I need 60 million to replace him. An upgrade on the squad. I'm not going to get it with the whole net spend and all that. So I don't know who it rests with, but the squad has obviously gone stale. We've mentioned it before. Too many players on the wrong side of 30. Matip, Van Dijk, Thiago, Henderson, Firmino, Salah. It was Mane. Of course, all good things come to an end, and it's unfortunate.
How does Klopp fix this short term then? Like going into the games leading into the World Cup, I think we've got a couple of fixtures.
I don't think he can.
I don't think
he can, mate. I don't think he can. We're just limping through the World Cup now.
To me, it looks like him and maybe the team are trying to do that. Like they've almost I don't want to say down tools, but there's almost like that disheartening them where they're like, we're trying to get to the World Cup. You know, you see that with some teams, they're trying to get to the half. You know, you say in a game, they're just trying to get to half time. Either it's 1-0 down, one each. They just want to get in, get the team talk done and get back out. And it feels like that's like what's happening at Liverpool. There were some moments in the game today where I was watching some players that I know you've called out, Scotty. Trent, for example, and not just defending, but what is he doing in the game? There was a couple where he just shin wrapped one out. No effort, no pressure on him. He just put his foot through the ball like, I don't want to think about what I've got to do with this. 5 minutes later, he did the exact same further up the pitch. He did a lazy leg he could have just taken a step and taken the ball, but it was just like...
going through the motions.
That's what it was like. And this is not about his defending and making big errors, but it was just, I was watching his body language because I was thinking about the podcast you did a couple ago. I think it was 2 or 3 ago where you were saying about it just doesn't look like they're interested as they were. The intensity isn't there. And
do you think Trent has still got ambitions to go to the World Cup? Because if that's on his mind, just forget about it. Forget about it, fella, and concentrate on Liverpool for now.
I think the Reece James injury might have saved him, unless the only thing I can think is obviously Kyle Walker, Trippier's having a great season at Newcastle. Ben White as well. Yeah. If he decides to play fullback, so with those 3 options, you'd probably say that he's not going to go. But if he plays a back 3 and maybe tucks Walker in and plays him as a centre back, he's got a small chance of going. But on current form, I would probably say no. I would say he
didn't fancy him when he was on form. I mean, I know Southgate got ridiculed for that, but do you think that's had a massive effect on Trent? Because part of his decline has come from the period where he was left out by England. You know, he didn't go to the Euros. I feel like it's had a massive dent in his confidence. You know, the national manager has basically named right backs who he must think aren't as good as me because he was going and, you know, winning the European Cup. He won a league and he won a Bobcat League Cup as well at the same time. And he was thinking the manager was in public saying, I'm not good enough against players who he must.
Yeah, I think it would have had a massive effect on him. I think because he probably felt, well, what more can I do to get called up to the squad because I'm playing out my skin and I've been unbelievable. I think him and Robertson had like 50, 60 combined assists over a couple of seasons. They were outrageous going forward. Trent, he was unbelievable for a good season and a half. But now it's going to be very difficult for him because I think, I'm not saying he's been scapegoated necessarily because he has been poor, but he's been held responsible for a lot of the goals as an individual that Liverpool are leaking at the moment. And he can't catch a break. They've got nobody else that they can replace him with to give him a break. Milner's been playing. He's 36. If any rapid wingers come up against him, they're absolutely going to shred him apart. So, and when you're not winning games, it makes it difficult for players to regain the confidence because Klopp just literally can't put a team out that looks ready to go to battle at the moment. So, yeah, I think, go on.
Yeah, Trav, I was saying, you know, in the first half before you joined, I would play everything down that side of the pitch, whoever I was playing against. And at the moment, he's playing alongside Gomez, who isn't in good form. So the two of them together, you know, it's almost like you want Van Dijk on that side with him. He's out of confidence. The person alongside him is out of confidence. And it looks like just a recipe for an error at any moment. You know, you just think either in between them, going on the outside, you can come on the inside. They both don't quite know what they're doing. The communication's not there because they're both not confident. They're not talking. They're both almost trying to I want to worry about my own game. And it just looks fragile there at that point in the back line for Liverpool. And like you said, I can't see it getting any better because Konate comes in. Yes, he might be an upgrade on Gomez. He doesn't know the league so well. So there's all of that where he's trying to build his own game. So you bring him in, you've got the same problem.
The thing is with Trent, Scott? What's that?
Have you noticed any like disharmony with the players like arguing amongst each other on the pitch or anything like that? Have you noticed like they're all blaming each other or anything like that?
No, there was that small argument between Milner and Van Dijk against Napoli away when we got patted up 4-1. But other than that, no. But I was just thinking about, you talk about Trent. Obviously, footballers are human beings, obviously, with mental state and feelings. Would it do Trent any good going to the World Cup? Obviously, every player wants to go to the World Cup. But I mean, in the long term, because he's not going to start, let's be honest. He's so out of sorts. He'll be on the bench. He'll go to the World Cup, sit on the bench for 6 weeks. Would that do him any good at all? And obviously, from a selfish point of view for Liverpool, I don't think it would. But at the same time, one injury, he comes in at right back, has a great World Cup. It could boost him either way. But I'm just going to go into the comments. We've got quite a lot of people watching, which is brilliant. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Smash the likes and subscribes, as always, please. Football Ferreira, 13 people watching. Yes, brother. Loving it. Smash the subscribe and like, people. Thank you, Jose Ferreira. Really appreciate it. And he says, Trent will never be a world-class right back. As much as you know how to attack, cross, pass, score free kicks, etc. If you can't defend, sorry, not a top right back. Knowing how to defend as a right back. Absolutely. It's been well documented. Every man and his dog has said it. And I said it in a few streams ago. Liverpool, because we're in the mud at the minute, we need people to just defend first and foremost, which is why Milner done so well against Man City. Let's just get it right at the back and let the front take care of itself. Luca AFC, how can you lose to Leeds? I don't know, Luca. I really don't, mate. Luca's an Arsenal fan, Neil.
Big fan of Luca.
Yeah, Luca's the man. Luca, smash the like for the boys, please. 9 likes, yes, baby.
I don't know what I said about that was, but I'm sorry. Just to meet him, the fancy work at Perisic.
What's that?
Is that you, Trav?
Is that you?
Yeah. Just music. My AirPods. Just
extra 2 subscribers. Yes. Scott, baby. Likes and subscribes come in. Thank you, Jose. You are our campaign manager. I'm loving it. From a selfish point of view, I hope Trent and Fabinho don't go to the World Cup. I want them to go to Thailand for a nice relaxing holiday, or the Maldives or something, get their heads together, ready for the big reset. It's all I can hope for, but I'm not holding my breath on it happening.
No. I think even you're losing confidence as a fan because, like you said, you've not experienced this for quite some time now.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Top four is gone.
You say quite some time, but this is just pools. They get themselves wound up into a hysteria that it's going to be their year. Remember, those memes will be back soon.
Come on. We've had 3 years at the absolute pinnacle of world football.
I think you've only picked up one league in that time, haven't you? And that was that COVID one that should have been cancelled.
Yes. Yeah, thanks, Jose, for the comments. I'm going to do it now. Jose is my campaign manager. Edit the name of the stream so people can search for it. Thank you, brother. I'm doing it right now. Instant reaction. Leeds 1, Liverpool 0.
Travis, how are you feeling about the game tomorrow?
I feel now the results
done.
Today's results, I feel more confident that we're going to go out and do the business now. I think it's a huge motivator for Man United seeing Liverpool and Chelsea get beat today. I didn't expect Liverpool to get beat. Certainly, I thought Chelsea would find it tricky away at Brighton, but I didn't expect them to get beat
Tottenham
comprehensively.
Well, it could have been if you win tomorrow, it could have been could be a great weekend.
Yeah. But I think all you can ask for when you're going for like the top 4 or whatever is that you can only ask for. You'd be happy if one of those teams dropped in a weekend, but if you're looking at 2 and 3 of those teams dropping, it's just a huge opportunity. And normally United don't always capitalise on those opportunities. But I just think we're playing really well at the moment. And it's sort of like, I'm not saying it's a new United, but we're getting to that place now where you're starting to see what Ten Hag wants to do. A bit more confidence.
Do you think we'll see the Anthony spin tomorrow?
I hope so.
Listen,
he got ridiculed for that, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, from you two, we've obviously spoke about me and what I think of Liverpool. What do you two think? Do you two think we're done and in the mud like I do? Or do you think you still got one eye over your shoulder thinking we'll get it together at some point and top 4 is a possibility? What do you two think?
I still think the way the season's going, I wouldn't say never, but the more that time goes on, if you don't get a win against Spurs, and we're probably going into, the World Cup, and you could be 8 to 11 points off top 4. That's where we could be sitting.
We could be bottom half.
Over nearly half the season gone. I think you're going to struggle. I do think you'll have a period where you come together. To me, the team is very disjointed, but you still look like you can win games. I just think you're not going to win. You're not going to win enough. Your only hope is that when European football comes back, that obviously United are playing Thursday night, Spurs are still in Europe, Chelsea are a bit inconsistent. Potter's coming into a new job under pressure. Ten Hag is his first job in the league. Conte's coming under pressure. His style of football, and if he's not winning games, like you say, draws are as good as losses at the moment. So I still think, even though you look like you're far off, if you can kind of get to the World Cup and maybe you've not lost again, there's still a chance. There's still a chance you could put a run together and get some players back fit. You've got firepower in the team. So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. Nobody knows what's going to happen from the World Cup. But you're in trouble, yeah. You're in trouble.
I agree with Neil. I echo what Neil's saying. I think there's always a chance that Liverpool can put a run of games together of consecutive wins or go unbeaten for a stretch. I think the only difficulty is that you're relying on too many teams to drop points now. I think it's out of your hands massively, because not only do you need United to drop, you need Spurs to drop, you need Chelsea to drop, and it's like you're now needing them to drop quite a lot of points. And I mean, Arsenal have lost one game all season. Man City haven't lost. They've lost one game to Liverpool, and I know Spurs have lost a couple. But I just don't think collectively all those sides above you are going to drop enough
And that's
games
the
for
problem.
you to get in.
Yeah, it can be a worse season to fall off in terms of the big six, because, like you say, they've all got ambitions. They've spent a lot playing really well. It couldn't be worse. Just jumping into the comments, Scott the GOAT. Thank you, Jose. Really appreciate it. The other guy on next to Scott is the Magic, and the Man United fan is the King. Great stream. Sorry, Pokemons. I don't know you names. It's Neil and Travis. Travis down the bottom, Man United fan. Neil is the Arsenal fan. We should probably do this stream to have our names like others do. I don't know how to do it. How do you rename yourself on the Zoom call? There must be a way, but we'll figure it out. So putting you both on the spot, Trav, you go first. Are Liverpool gonna finish top 4? I think it's dead.
I don't think so. I'm gonna say no at this stage. I just can't see the form picking up anytime soon. I really can't. And like I said, all the teams have got to drop so many points now for you to get back in contention. But it's just down to the way you're playing. You always say keep your own house in order, look after yourself. You can't rely on yourselves to beat Leeds and Forest at the moment. Do you know what I mean? So what hope does it give you going forward? So unless there's a dramatic change in form and you get back keeping clean sheets and scoring goals consistently again, then I'm going to say no at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. One thing we haven't mentioned yet is Luis Diaz is still to come back. If he can come back fit and firing in January, is he out of the World Cup?
I think so.
I think he's missing it, isn't he?
Quite a bad knee injury. Yeah, he got quite a bad knee injury, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to miss the World Cup,
Neil,
which is a blow for the World Cup.
Oh, yeah, massively. He would have lit it up, I'm pretty sure. Neil,
yeah.
Liverpool, top 4, yay or nay?
I think you'll find it difficult to get top 6.
6? Wow.
Yeah, because I think if you look at the league now, I think Arsenal and City are a long way away. If Arsenal win tomorrow, they can go 15 points ahead of you. That's 5.
Yeah, I don't think you can catch them too.
Just to draw level. So that's United, City. Then you've got United, you've got Chelsea, you've got Spurs, and you've got Newcastle.
It's that old tear talk, isn't it, Trav? You used to always joke about tear talk when Man United had that good season under Ollie in 2021. You'd love a tear talk, and it is a little bit like that. The league is almost in tears. You've obviously got Man City and Arsenal both flying, and then you've got that next tier of Chelsea,
United, Chelsea,
Spurs. No,
Newcastle.
United, not United. Chelsea.
Are we in the third tier? Where are you putting us?
And then I'd say you've got Chelsea, Spurs, and Newcastle. And then just below that, you've got Man United. Who else is there? It's not us. Is it Brighton still up there?
Yeah,
no, but
I think you can count them out. For me, I just think
United will win tomorrow and obviously be in tier 2. So we're not going to break into that.
Look, if we're 4 points behind Newcastle in 6th, but we've got 2 games in hand. I know the games in hand, but let's say we were to win those games. That puts us 4th level with Spurs on 26, and that's 2 off Arsenal. But Arsenal are level games with us, so we're technically 8 points off Arsenal. So, and you'd expect Arsenal to win tomorrow. So I think we're still some way off the top 2, but from the top 2 down, I just think it's all to play for. We're 6 points off Spurs, but with 2 games in hand. So if we win those, we're level. And I think, like you said, we'll be ahead of Newcastle and ahead of Chelsea at that time. So tomorrow's huge. Games in hand mean nothing if you don't win them. Do you know what I mean? So
to me, I think if you're talking tiers, I think it's Arsenal and City at the moment leaps and bounds. I think Chelsea and Spurs are on a level. They're a little bit inconsistent in the same areas. Then I think it's United next, and then Liverpool and Newcastle. I put them in the same bracket. They can go and win games, or they could win 1 in 4. So I think those 2 are probably duking it out by the end of the season for that 6th spot.
We're slogging out with the Toonami for 6th spot.
I think so, yeah. And then I think United...
I'd rather finish 10th and not be in Europe, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I don't want to be in the Europa League or the Conference League, God forbid. Jeez.
Who do you think will get the other 2 spots then, Scotty?
If you're holding a gun to my head...
Yeah.
Spurs and Man United. No, do you know what? I'm
Yeah.
not sure about Spurs.
I
I'm
know
not sure
this
about
is-
Spurs, and I know my mate Jose Ferreira, if he's still in the chat, he hates Spurs.
Does he?
Nah, do you know what? Graham Potter in Chelsea and Man United. There you go. I've just changed my mind already.
Yeah.
Chelsea and Man United.
I think Spurs won't win enough. I think that'll be their problem. They're quite hard to beat, but I just think they won't win enough games. They'll draw too many.
You know the thing that we haven't touched on yet, and it'll be another stream for the future because we're probably going to log off soon. Is that all you lot are going to spend money in January as well? Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, Spurs. So it's not just like can Liverpool spend 40, 50, 60, 70 million, which we won't, but like it's a given that it'll only be us spending money. Other people will reinforce. Arsenal might spend a bit to try and reinforce the title push.
Yeah, I mean,
Man United have got money to burn.
We'll
Chelsea.
pick it up I suppose we'll pick that up maybe in the World Cup, another podcast, what we expect to be coming in January. But Arsenal have been linked with, quite a few players coming in, a central midfielder, a winger. Zaha's been linked, maybe a couple of wingers that aren't going to cost a lot of money and somebody holding, and that's going to bolster the squad. And like I said, if we're still there or thereabouts, the World Cup doesn't come back until December. If we can we've got an extra game before the World Cup, because obviously our Man City game got postponed because of the Queen's funeral and the PSV game getting postponed. So we've got an extra away day in there. If we can beat Forest, we've got Chelsea away, we've got Wolves still to play. If we can come out of that with, 7 points, still be top of the league going into January.
Absolutely.
Between now and January, it's these next 3 games, because the World Cup comes back, you got a game and then the window opens.
Yeah, absolutely. Football Ferreira, Scott, don't end this show without you reaching 50 subscribers and 15 likes. Come on, guys, you can do it. Come on, guys, if you're watching, I don't know how many people are watching. I think it just said there was 15 watching. Hit that like and subscribe. Football Jose Ferreira. I knew he'd say something about Spurs. Spurs is not good enough. Spurs is not good enough to be top 4. But the way we see in Liverpool, Chelsea at times, they may get top 4 again if someone bottle like Arsenal did last season. Ooh, calling Arsenal bottlers.
The thing is with Spurs as well, like when you watch them, they're not actually playing amazing, but they're picking up results.
Yes.
They're grinding results out, and Conte's capable of that. I know a lot of the fans are quite disgruntled with the back 3 that they're playing as well. I think the fans actually want to see them playing a back 4. But I know a lot of people say Conte plays defensive football. He has played really offensive football in some of his ex-teams like Juventus, and in some of his seasons at Chelsea. They can be quite attractive, but I think if you haven't got the players to fit a system where you're playing a back 3 and your wing backs aren't very expansive, you can become quite boring to watch. I know Chelsea under Conte had like Victor Moses on one side, and he was quite offensive, and he was just very brave, just used to get on the outside all the time and run a lot. But I think with the players that Spurs have got at their disposal, I think the fans want to see more. So I know they're 3rd at the moment, picking up a lot of results, but if you're not playing well, like you said, you can become unstuck, and it can become a little bit unsustainable, because if the results don't come in, you sort of say, well, where do you turn? Because the football's not been great. But we'll see with Spurs. It's going to be interesting to see how they go, because like you said, they've got Liverpool next. If they don't win that game, the pressure will be back on again.
Yeah, absolutely, because Liverpool are honking at the minute. Everyone's queuing up to play them, as someone said out in the stream. Jose says they boring, shocking Sunday drunk pub team plays better than Tottenham. Right, we're gonna end it there, because I'm gonna go and have a cup of tea with the wife and try and forget about this Leeds massacre, smash and grab. It wasn't a smash and grab. They battered us at Anfield. Fair play, Leeds, and I'm absolutely heartbroken.
Jesse goes marching on.
Yeah, you called it, didn't you? Right, lads, thanks for joining. Thanks for reveling in my misery. See you on the next stream.
Always a pleasure when Liverpool get beat.
Either the next live or the next video we publish. We'll make it a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. And we'll see you in the next one. Big up, Jose. Thank you. Big up, mate. Thanks for all the pushing for the likes and subscribers. Really means a lot. Right, stay safe, everyone. See you soon.
Cheers. Thank you.